Live from the Palace of Power in Videoland, it's the 5th annual Totally Rad Christmas Awards. Hit it! What's up, dudes? Welcome to the 5th annual Raddies, everyone. Ooh, once again, we're celebrating with all the stars because tonight marks the 5-year anniversary of Totally Rad Christmas. Yes, there's been 5 whole years of 80s Christmas awe and wonder. But, man, what a crazy night. The talent that's gathered here is completely unbelievable. I mean, all the Christmas podcasters warped in to celebrate. Mike Westfall's here in a snazzy red suit and Santa hat. Tim Babb has a Kermit the Frog-inspired Christmas tux. CJ Belanger in a dope suit. It's got his name on the back like a jersey, but the R is a gun, soprano style. I mean, I saw Sean Sotka on the red carpet. Anthony Caruso's here. He's got just fun Kevin McAllister outfit from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. It's crazy. Jeff and Jay from Horror for the Holidays, sporting mullets dressed in camo. We got Tom Crow and Art Kilmer wearing shepherd robes with Theology Brothers embroidered on it. I mean, it's just all out party tonight. And I'm super excited because CJ is going to be planning the after party because he said last year sucked. So I can't wait to see what the big guy brought to us. There's the Saturday Morning Mafia. Are those Magnum PI shirts? Yeah, they're wearing Magnum PI shirts and Michael Knight leather jackets from Knight Rider. I mean, these guys are on point, man. And there's Charlie Agnew dressed as Mickey's Bob Cratchit outfit. I'm just excited. Again, welcome Christmas lovers, ladies, gentlemen, elves, robots, and every respawning NPC in between to the 5th annual Raddies. Now, the most tubular holiday event in all of Videoland is what I'm talking about. But I guess I better kick off this party, right? So let's introduce my unbelievable co-hosts. I'll break it down like this. It was 2024, but it was all about the 80s. I'm your host, Jerry D, with a fantastic, nay, bodacious night of Totally Rad Christmas. The podcast that talks all things Christmas in the 80s. Toys, movie specials, music, books, decorations, comics, food, fashion, and fads. If it was gnarly during Christmas in the 80s, we got it covered. Now, this year's a bit different. Instead of just 3 co-hosts, I've got, again, a slew of Totally Rad Christmas All-Stars with me as presenters. And I know what you're thinking. Jerry, why are we hosting this show in Videoland? Well, turns out the Academy of 80s and Christmas won't let us hold it in the U.S. anymore. You know, something about time travel mishaps, gremlin infestations, and one too many explosions over the last few years. So we're here in Videoland, and I have to thank Princess Lana for letting us use her Palace of Power. And so for insurance purposes, we moved the whole thing here, where warp zones can just reset the damage, and Simon Belmont can whip any unexpected troublemakers.
A hero must always be prepared and well-dressed.
Where'd you come from? Well, you're right about that. And speaking of style, let's give up for our co-hosts tonight, who are all looking totally rad. Captain N, that outfit's looking absolutely electrifying. Those sleeves, are those holiday lights powered by the power pad? Man, they're awesome.
Thanks, Jerry. You know I can't resist a good power-up, especially when it's holiday-themed. This jacket is straight from Nintendo Couture, designed to keep me powered up all through the season. Just like in the games, it's all about the Flash.
Well, you've certainly got the Flash, Kevin. Let's keep the holiday cheer going, shall we? Next up, we have the fabulous Princess Lana, who is absolutely glowing in the shimmering ice blue gown. Princess, tell us about your incredible look here.
Thank you, Jerry. I wanted something that would reflect the magic of the season. And nothing says winter wonderland like Hyrule Hote. These Triforce snowflakes were a must. Glowing and enchanting, just like the kingdom I protect. I'm ready to spread some holiday magic as always.
Absolutely stunning, Princess Lana. You've truly captured the essence of Videoland in every thread. Next, we have a hero who knows a thing or two about saving the world and looking good while doing it. Mega Man. Wow, Rock. This festive red and green armored suit is next level, and that Candy Cane Mega Buster upgrade, is that real?
Mega hey, Jerry. I'm all about taking down evil and spreading cheer. Dr. Light's Holiday Workshop hooked me up with this upgrade, combining function and festive flair. And yeah, my Mega Buster's ready to blast some holiday cheer straight into the bad guys' hearts.
Well, that's one way to make Christmas unforgettable. Moving on, we have the ever-charming Kid Icarus. Do I call you Kid Icarus, or do I call you Pit? Which one do you prefer?
You can call me Pit Jericus.
You've truly embraced the spirit of the season with this gold-trimmed tunic. I'm seeing holly leaves, and is that Mount Olympus Tailors who did that design for you?
Indeedicus, Jerry. Mount Olympus tailors really outdid themselves with this oneicus. The gold trim represents the glimmering light of the season, and the holly leaves, a nauticus to the traditions of Olympus. I'm ready to spread some heavenly holiday vibesicus maximus.
Looks like you're on a mission to make the season legendary, Pit. Now, last but certainly not least, in fact, we've already heard from him, we have the one and only Simon Belmont. Man, that crimson cape is stunning, and I have to ask, who did that gold trim?
Thank you, Jerry. You know, I'm not slaying vampires this season. I'm slaying holiday fashion too. 8-bit Gucci on an incredible job with this cape. Notice the pixelated mistletoe?
Indeed, I do. Most excellent. But let's start with some predictions. Kevin, who do you think is taking home the raddest movie episode tonight?
Oof, that's a tough one, Jerry. We've got some serious contenders this year. Dial Code Santa Claus, Home Alone 2, and White Christmas all brought their A-game. But I gotta say, Ernest Saves Christmas has been gaining serious momentum, just like a reindeer on the ceiling.
Affirmative. Statistical analysis suggests Ernest Saves Christmas holds a mega strong nostalgic edge, though Home Alone 2 does contain an optimal action to Christmas ratio.
Hey, I don't know about stats. I mean, that's a little bit above my pay grade, but I know it feels rad. And you can't beat a kid with the wicked mullet running around a mansion taking down a bad Santa.
I'm still cheering for White Christmasicus. Bing Crosby is always iconicus.
Good call, Pitt. Now, onto the big one. Raddest host of Advent Calendar House. Who's taking it this year?
That one's tough. It's been a fantastic season of holiday nostalgia. But we all know Mike from Advent Calendar House is the one to beat.
I must say, the way he resurrects forgotten Christmas specials is almost as impressive as my ability to slay vampires.
I mean, he's basically the Belmont of Christmas podcasts, right? Digging up forgotten relics and bringing them back to life.
By the way, I have a bone to pick with you, Mr. Jerry Christmas. Why are those wannabes, the Power Team, nominated for an award, but we weren't? I'm twice as handsome as Miss Max Force, and way more skilled than that lame barbarian Kuros.
Well, they had a holiday episode, bud. The closest you guys came was going to that Nightmare Zone.
Well, I should at least win a Raddest Heartthrob.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
What? What's going on?
Fools?
Mother Brain.
Did you really think you could celebrate Christmas without me?
We're hijacking the show to present our own awards, like Most Villainous Christmas Moments.
Yeah, like the time I ate all the candy canes in Christmas Cookie DLC. With my glitch ray, I'll erase Christmas from Videoland forever.
Not on our watch. Team, we've got a mission. Recover the award envelopes before the night is ruined.
At least they didn't get all the envelopes. We can start the show off with the ones we have. But recovering the ones they took will mean heading into some of Videoland's most dangerous Christmas-themed levels.
A mission to save the Raddies? Sounds like a side quest worth taking. Princess, will you start off hosting duties? Then we'll each take turns hunting down one of the envelopes.
Totally red. And now, presenting the Raddest Animated TV Show Episode Award, our very own Princess Lana.
Thank you, everyone. It has been an incredible night so far, but now it's time to honor a category that holds a special place in our 8-bit hearts. When we think of Christmas as kids, we think of Saturday mornings in our pajamas, giant bowls of sugary cereal, and the magic of our favorite animated holiday episodes. From heartfelt lessons to over-the-top Christmas chaos, these animated episodes defined what it truly meant to have a rad holiday season. And the nominees for Raddest Animated TV Show Episode are... From Hello Kitty, Ashley Dunbar.
Yeah, so like I remember it was like Hello Kitty and Friends. Like I never really like the characters never stuck out to me, and like anytime you see any of the branding, I'm sure maybe I just walked past it and never realized that they were a part of Hello Kitty, but it wasn't like Hello Kitty was always, when you've seen her and her brands, it was always just her, like singular. And to be honest, when I was watching this episode, I was like, I don't even know who these characters are.
Who are these people?
Like, at all. I just have no idea.
From Darkwing Duck, It's a Wonderful Leaf, Art Kilmer, and Laramie Wells.
Just the fact that he's the voice of Darkwing Duck and Winnie the Pooh.
That's right.
Like,
he's got range. Yeah.
Yeah. How are those voices the same?
And didn't he do a voice in the Star Wars Rebels series too? I thought I heard him in my son and I have been watching that, and I'm like, I think that's Jim Cummings.
He was Monterey Jack in Chippendale.
Monterey Jack, that's who it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another great show.
From Camp Candy, Christmas in July, Robert Nicholas.
Exactly. I mean, I think one of the reasons that he still resonates with a lot of people is because since he is in stuff like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and Home Alone, he is going to always come off as, well, kind of like that classic Uncle Buck that you do come back to each year.
Uncle Buck. Yeah.
And it's through there that we discover a lot of his other great movies. In fact, I still consider Summer Rental a very underrated comedy of his.
From the Charlie Brown and Snoopy Show, The Play, Anthony Caruso and Jeremy Phelps.
Stuff like that.
I wanna collect all those one day. Like, they're so like.
There's a lot.
They're all individually expensive. Like, if there were 5, I would just like buy the set like at once. But they're like freaking 25 of them.
I know.
Like one for every 2 years or something.
Yeah.
That's why I only have the first 4, because I bought them when I had some extra money, and I bought, they were like 2 different box sets, so I bought them both at the same time.
From Garfield and Friends, Heatwave Holiday, Art Kilmer.
The creative choice of not actually showing Santa.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but to me it just added to that mystery of who Santa is, like you don't see him, Garfield does. You assume you know who it is, but I don't know. That was just a little touch that I thought really made that episode a little extra special.
From Dinosaurs, There's No Such Thing as Stego Claus, Sean Robert.
I don't know, I felt like I had discovered another planet with all new cartoons, and in particular Dinosaurs was my favorite. And I was so bummed that there weren't toys. There were Spiral Zone toys, but I never saw any. So it's like, it just felt like this weird little anomaly. And then, like you said, like later on, as I moved back around and got to know people, and I moved to Georgia and got to talking to people about all the stuff that I grew up on, and I'd bring it up, and again, crickets. Like, no one ever knew what I was talking about. And for the longest time, I thought I had like made it up. It was like, no, there's this awesome dinosaur show. I swear.
From Bionic 6, Holidays, Adam Pope.
But this also reminds me, we're talking Westworld, that I'm a big fan of the band Kiss. And Kiss, in the 70s, had a TV movie called Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, which was filmed at Six Flags Magic Mountain in California.
Oh,
and
nice.
The point of that story, the villain, is this guy who creates animatronics for the park, but he's created fully functional biodroids, basically. And eventually, he gets fired, and then he's like a Phantom of the Opera behind the scenes, like sending out his biodroids, and he makes Kiss, copies, so they have to fight evil Kiss robots is the finale on stage at their concert. So
Nice.
That's what this reminded me of. It was just like, it just feels like maybe somebody there had seen Phantom of the Park as well.
And the winner is Sean Robert, Dinosaurs.
This is Sean's first win tonight.
Wow, thank you so much for voting for my guest appearance on the podcast with the Stego Claus Are Coming to Town episode. I'm not sure what to say. I want to say thank you first to Jerry for inviting me on. I'm so glad that he's reached out multiple times, because I really enjoy being on the show, and I was so stoked to talk about Dinosaurs. It's one of those beloved cartoons from my childhood. And I also want to thank my parents, I guess, because they moved me in the middle of my middle school years. And I went from an area with one set of cartoons to another area that had a completely different set of cartoons. And that's where I discovered Dinosaurs. So it's a small thing, but it changed my life a little bit. And I'm so glad that I was able to talk about it and that you guys enjoyed the episode. Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh wait, here's the hook. Oh no, you're pulling me up. Oh.
To present the Raddest Music Episode Award, Princess Lana, once again.
As we continue our celebration of the most totally rad Christmas moments, it's time to honor the episodes that brought the magic of music into our holiday hearts. Music has a unique way of capturing the spirit of the season, and these nominees have done just that, delivering unforgettable melodies and stories that resonate with us all. The nominees for Raddest Music Episode are from Jethro Tull, Jack Frost and the Hooded Crow, Ken Kessler, and Scott Leopold.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've always liked most about him is his singing. You know, he has a great voice. Lyrically, they really stand out from a lot of other bands. If you sit down and just read the lyrics without the music, you get more of an appreciation for him.
And the musicianship is really good.
Yes.
I think of it. I put it on a level like with another prog rock band. Yes.
Yes.
The stuff that they do with all of their instruments, it's complicated, but it's really done well.
Mm-hmm.
And you can listen to that and you go, these guys know what they're doing.
From Susie and the Banshees, Il est le divin enfant, Ricky Meese.
Was the bass guitarist. Susie, of course, the front woman and lead singer. She's done a lot of producing and collaborating and record writing. And she eventually married the band's drummer, Budgie.
Budgie, yeah.
Yeah, they moved to France. And so I think living in France influenced a lot of her music, especially with this hit. So, but getting back to her music, it wasn't until the late 80s that the group was able to break into the U.S. and get on the music scene here. And they got recognition from the professional music world with an album called Peep Show. And I remember that one.
From A Christmas Record, Ken Kessler and Scott Leopold.
And later that just sort of morphed into extended dance mix.
Right.
And I feel like this is probably somewhere in between those two.
Yeah.
Which would have fit with the whole aesthetic of the album, really.
True.
Yeah, well, and this is one of the songs on the album I really like. Not in my top 3, but it's one that I can listen to. I'm not going to skip it.
From Christmas Vacation Score and Soundtrack, Kevin Williams.
The story is that around the end of the late 90s, early 2000s, these print-on-demand kiosks started popping up all over the place. So, like Sam Goody had them, all the theme parks had them. So you could go into like Disneyland at the time, and I think they called theirs the Disney Forever kiosk. And you had a big menu with, songs from the rides, some of the announcements, some of the other sounds when you're walking around the different lands, and you could pick out 10 of them, and it would burn it onto a CD for you and burn like your name on the top of it, and then the attendant would charge you for it and hand it to you when it was done.
From Band-Aid 2, Alex Rawls.
I did and didn't, but it was the same issues. The issue was it felt very American to me that you turned to simply the biggest names. And
that's totally an American thing to do.
It's like, we're going to put Ray Charles on here. Ray Charles has not been on the charts in 30 years, but we're putting him there. We're putting Bob Dylan because you can't have a meaningful song that has a purpose if you don't have Dylan in it.
Right.
And it felt like you look at that crowd, you feel so old, and you realize had the people behind Band-Aid made it, Cyndi Lauper would have been right up front.
Up front,
and,
right.
So it wasn't about the moment. It really was just a show of raw power.
From Kate Bush, December Will Be Magic Again, Mike Patton and Rusty Spell.
Yep, she does what she wants, and everyone is letting her.
Right.
That's good. like she doesn't care. She's herself, and this is what you're going to get. And yeah, you can hang out or not. But yeah,
pretty much. Yeah,
it's great. Yeah,
that's totally.
I imagine
fun.
like the artsy kind of kids, right? Who knew about it and were sitting down to watch it, but it's Christmas and the families are, and I'm just wondering, like, what are the dads thinking, right? Like you sit down to watch this with your kids, they're into it. It's like, what?
They're thinking, what a cutie.
And the winner is Kevin Williams for Christmas Vacation score and soundtrack.
This is Kevin's first win tonight.
Wow, raddest music episode. First, I want to thank Jerry D for thinking of such a great episode topic and inviting me on to discuss it with him. I had a blast. Second, I want to take advantage of this platform and the time I have with you this evening to dispel a prevalent and frankly harmful adage that has plagued our great nation for nearly 40 years. How many times have you heard the phrase, "You can't buy votes with mint-on-card sectar figures"? Maybe you've even uttered those words yourself. Maybe around election season, thinking it just a mere colloquialism. Well, good listeners, I stand here before you today as proof that it is not just a simple idiom. Yes, that's right. If you find the right contest and the right judges, you can in fact ride your cherished collection of 80s toys to victory. Raddest music episode may have cost me a Dargon, a Pinsir, and 3 General Spydraxes, but it was worth every one of them to take home this prestigious award. So dust off your Mantors, polish up your Skulks, and make sure your Skiddos are looking sharp. You might already be holding your roadmap to the presidency. Thank you again, Jerry, and thank you to the voting committee. Wink.
Mega Man and Jerry D stand at the entrance of Iceman's frozen fortress. The landscape is a vast, icy cavern with snow gently falling. The ground glistens with a slick, frozen sheen, and the air is filled with the distant hum of mechanical adversaries.
Ooh, man, it's colder than a snowman's nose out here. Are you sure this is the right place, Mega Man?
Absolutely, Jerry. The glitch ray signal traces back here. We need to retrieve the missing award envelopes to save the Totally Rad Christmas Awards.
All right, but if I slip and fall, I'm holding you responsible. Whoa, it's like walking on a greased-up ice rink.
The ice here is extremely slippery. We'll need to move carefully to avoid falling.
Look out! What's that wind-up menace?
That's a crazy razy. Aim for its head to take it down quickly.
Got it. These guys are a real handful. First wind-up toys, now flying penguins? What's next, the snowman with the flamethrower?
Wouldn't be the strangest thing I've seen. Watch out for the gabioles on the ground. They speed up when we're on the same level. And those pepes aren't just for show. They'll dive at us if we're not careful.
Oh, great. Floating blocks have vanished into thin air. Just what I needed.
Timing's everything here. The blocks appear and disappear in a set pattern. We need to memorize it and jump accordingly.
As if disappearing blocks weren't enough, now we have flying platforms taking pot shots at us.
Stay focused. We can use foot holders to our advantage, but we need to keep moving to avoid their shots.
Look, there's Iceman's gate.
Iceman's attacks can freeze us in our tracks. Stay sharp, and we'll have those envelopes back in no time.
Totally Red.
Meanwhile, back at the Palace of Power, Princess Lana approaches the podium, her elegant gown shimmering under the lights.
Here again to present the award for Raddest Toy Episode. It's Princess Lana.
Our favorite toys can bring life to the holiday season. From giant robot lions to anthropomorphic martial arts turtles, these nominees enabled us to play for hours on end, fueled merely by our imaginations. They captured the magic of our cherished playthings, delivering stories that resonate with both the young and the young at heart. And so the nominees for Raddest Toy Episode are Lucas Hinojosa and Chad Shepard for Voltron.
I would have to say Keith was also same thing, right? The leader and gets to form the head, but Hunk was my because he always eating, man. I'm like that's my boy. That's my boy.
You stole mine. Hunk is mine as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Art Kilmer for the Glow Friends Save Christmas.
I do know I had like a little plastic glow-in-the-dark Glow Granny character.
Yeah.
I don't know where or why I had it, but I remember having it. And my brother had the little glowworm. And then I think for his birthday, he got the bigger glowworm, like stuffed doll or something.
Nice.
But we were, young. And
right.
And I can remember though, at night being in bed, he and I shared a room, and we'd have our glow friends out, and they were glowing in the dark, and that was the coolest thing, to a 5 or 6 year old kid.
Adam Pope for Bionic 6 Holidays.
But I remember one night, my mom, it's burned in my brain. She drove up to the store that had a big sign because it was like getting dark out, and it was lit up. It said best. And I'd never heard of best. And so we walk in there. It was kind of like a department store, but not really. It was different than all the rest. And what I realized, though, when I was younger is every different store stocks different toy lines.
Right.
So that was always the promise. Oh, a new store. And I walked in and I saw Bionic 6 action figures, which I never imagined would have existed. And so I'm looking through, I got Sport Ones here, and Mechanic and all these characters. And then I just got so excited. I saw Fluffy, and I remember picking it up off the peg. It was so heavy.
Tim Nicholas and Laramie for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Whatever they could do to keep you buying one of the same turtles.
Yeah.
They had the ones that were like they're kind of like Transformers, like they would transform into an actual turtle.
Yes. Yeah, it was like they were supposed to mutate
around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That was weird. Because it would come out of their belly. Like, I remember that.
Yeah, I don't understand, but.
And once again, Adam Pope for Teddy Ruxpin's Christmas.
Yeah, it's kind of wild to see just somebody who's like so full of imagination, creativity, but then ability. And yeah, his Disney connection, that he was like an Imagineer who got to actually work at Disney and like create all these different things for them, was kind of amazing to me. Again, I didn't know about that connection. It makes so much sense, when you think about it, but it was just like, wow, even better that he was able to do his own thing, but Disney was always kind of knocking at his door after that. They're like, Ken, you keep figuring this stuff out. We want you to come and work on this project with us. Do this for us,
And the winner is for Teddy Ruxpin's Christmas, Adam Pope.
This is Adam's first win tonight.
Hi, my name is Adam Pope, and it makes me so happy to accept this Ratty Award for Best Toy Episode on behalf of all Eliops everywhere, but especially my childhood pal, Teddy Ruxpin. It doesn't take a genius like Newton Gimmick to recognize that the Ratties are a very special and prestigious award ceremony, so I'd like to dedicate this song to all the voters who selected my episode as the raddest. Your friend is what I'd like to be. Because you're all now my friends, I'd like to invite you over to the airship for some of Grubby's roasted root stew. Bring your appetites and your barf bag. Ha! Just kidding. Thanks, and bye-bye.
It's me again, fools. I'm Mother Brain have seized control to present a category that truly matters. The most villainous Christmas moments. Silence. Now behold the nominees who have brought delicious dread to your festive cheer. First, King Hippo and Eggplant Wizard from Captain N, the Game Master, for their relentless attempts to sabotage the N-Team's holiday celebrations. Ganon from The Legend of Zelda for his schemes to steal the Triforce during the season of giving. Dr. Wily from Captain N, the Game Master, for deploying his robotic minions to disrupt festive gatherings. Bowser from the Super Mario Bros. Super Show for his nefarious plot to impersonate Santa Claus and ruin Christmas for everyone. And the winner is Bowser for his audacious attempt to sabotage Christmas by disguising himself as Santa Claus.
Well, if you can't beat them, join them, and then ruin their fun.
Enjoy your moment, Bowser. Remember, chaos and villainy are the true essence of the holidays.
In the dimly lit corridors of Dracula's manor, the heart of darkness, where festive cheer meets eternal night, Simon Belmont faces Yuletide terrors unlike any before. The air is thick with an eerie silence, occasionally broken by distant, haunting melodies reminiscent of twisted holiday tunes. As Simon advances, the flickering candlelight reveals ghostly nutcrackers, their jaws snapping menacingly. With a swift crack of his legendary vampire killer whip, Simon shatters the spectral soldiers, their fragments dissolving into the shadows.
These haunted halls won't deter me. The award must be returned to its rightful place. And when I do, hopefully I'll get a kiss under the mistletoe from Princess Lana. Even in death, they mock the season's joy. This ends now.
Did you think it would be this simple, Belmont?
I've faced you before, creature of the night. This time, Christmas is at stake. Pun intended.
In the vibrant expanse of the Mushroom Kingdom, Captain N and Mario embark on a quest to retrieve the envelope for the Raddest Gag Me with a Spoon Impression Award. The landscape is dotted with familiar green pipes, question blocks, and a horizon painted with rolling hills and distant castles. As they traverse the terrain, Goombas waddle menacingly toward them.
Let's go, Captain. Time to stomp these Goombas flat.
Nice jump, Mario, but watch this.
That's how we do it in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, watch out for those piranha plants.
You won't take this award. It's mine now.
Not today, Bowser.
Totally Red. Presenting the Raddest Game Show Episode Award from the Mushroom Kingdom. It's Princess Peach, and from Hyrule, it's Princess Zelda.
Good evening, everyone. We're thrilled to be here tonight.
Absolutely, Peach. It's an honor to celebrate the most totally rad moments in Christmas entertainment.
Speaking of which, remember those classic game shows we used to watch?
Oh, definitely. The excitement, the challenges, and those fabulous prizes, indeed.
And let's not forget the catchy theme songs.
Tonight, we celebrate the Raddest Game Show episode, honoring those who brought that nostalgic excitement back to us.
But first, let's check in with our heroes, Captain N and Mario. How's it going out there?
I'll let you know after we beat Bowser.
Looks like a tough battle ahead.
Good luck, and stay safe out there.
Now, onto the nominees for Raddest Game Show episode.
For Finders Keepers, we have Mike Westfall and Chad Young.
Right. By the way, I'm sorry to deviate already.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Mike, thank you for bringing Legend of the Hidden Temple. Do you think that template of Finders Keepers helped the creation of Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Absolutely. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I wonder if that was probably this. I mean, you would have modified it, but I wonder. No, it couldn't have been the same set.
No, definitely not the same
I
set.
don't think it was
because
the
it was
set.
No, it was a Philly.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Thank you.
For Video Power, the team of Mike Westfall, Chad Young, and Tommy Coombs.
But this comes off as, even if you didn't watch it as a kid, if you had a local TV kids club host or something like that, I guarantee you this is kind of what that would have been like.
This is
so
very
I think
much
that
the same vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
According to Wikipedia, the arcade was born in 1974 or 1975. They're not.
I love that. So, Stevie Puskowski was born in 74 and Johnny Arcade was born in 75. That's what his personality.
And for Hollywood Squares, Vinny Brzezinski and Matt Spalding.
Yeah, I had some questions about him, and then we'll get to it. But why John Jr. and who John Jr. was supposed to be? I know it was his son, obviously, but why was he in boxes with people? Just on nepotism? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I think.
My guess is he filled in when people couldn't make it. That's just.
He was in boxes with other people,
Oh, I mean, I know he was in this one, but it was with Melissa Rivers, so I figured it was.
And Joan Rivers.
And Jones.
Such incredible talent. And the winner is Mike, Chad, and Tommy for Video Power.
This is Mike, Chad, and Tommy's first win tonight.
While this might be the first time Video Power has ever been considered award-worthy, but I am honored to have been a part of it. A big thank you to Chad and Tommy for making that episode extra rad and, as a result, extra long. And a special thank you to Johnny Arcade for being my 10-year-old self's comedy role model. And thank you to everyone who's ever told me I'm not funny until I eventually stopped considering Johnny Arcade a comedy role model. Thanks, y'all.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is now my third Ratty, and of course I get to share it with Mike Westfall and Tommy Combs, two of the best people in the world, and I couldn't ask for a better host than Jerry for hosting us. And of course, much like Mike Westfall said himself, we have to thank the great Johnny Arcade himself, the epitome of cool in the year 1990, and I guess that was it. But the fact of the matter is, without him, this episode wouldn't be possible, and we would not be accepting this great award for an amazing podcast episode, which I do believe I did say we'd score a Ratty. And to close it out, all I have to say is thank you. Oh, and there is one other person I have to thank. What's their name? Toby!
Hopefully Kid Icarus is faring as well as the others.
In the lofty expanse of Mount Icarus, where clouds kiss the mountaintops, a hero's resolve is tested against formidable foes. As Kid Icarus soars upward, the once serene skies darken, heralding the approach of malevolent creatures. First to assail him are the Mix, grotesque beings resembling floating heads with cavernous mouths. They lunge with startling speed, attempting to ensnare Kid Icarus in their toothy maws.
All right, Pit, time to earn those wings-a-kiss. I won't let you impede my ascent-a-kiss. Whoa, you guys need a mint-a-kiss. One down, a million to go.
Pressing onward, the air grows colder and the atmosphere thickens with a chilling mist. From the haze emerge the Nettlers, slug-like adversaries with singular glaring eyes. They slither with surprising agility, launching themselves in attempts to knock Pit off course.
Uh-oh, Nettler's coming at me. Ugh, why did it have to be Nettlers? Better charge my shots-a-kiss. These pests are relentless. Slugfest over.
As he nears the summit, snow begins to fall, and the temperature plummets. Towering figures materialize from the flurries, the formidable snowmen. Constructed of solid ice blocks, with piercing pink eyes and wide, menacing mouths, they hurl massive snowballs, each impact threatening to send Kid Icarus plummeting.
Snowball fight-a-kiss? Bring it on. Chill out-a-kiss. I need to time this perfectly.
Harnessing the power of his wings of Pegasus, Kid Icarus performs intricate aerial loops, evading the icy projectiles. He then targets the snowmen's cores, his arrows shattering their frozen forms into glittering shards that cascade like winter's breath. At the peak, bathed in golden sunlight, the award rests atop an ancient pedestal.
There it is, the raddest happiest moment award-a-kiss. Uh-oh, it's Eggplant Wizard.
Totally red. He's short and spunky. It's Toad, here to present the award for Raddest Bonus Episode.
Oh dear, I hope Mario's okay out there. Those Goombas can be so unpredictable. Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to present the award for Raddest Bonus Episode tonight. Here's a little bonus tidbit for you. Luigi once told me he was growing a mustache because he couldn't find his face under all that green. I told him, Luigi, with a mustache like that, who needs a disguise? On to the nominees for Raddest Bonus Episode. They are No Rules Tonight by Ryan Estrada, a thrilling adventure that keeps you on the edge of your seat.
All of the old band book club members and teachers and family members, and we got all of these stories. And, you know, they didn't quite fit the story we were telling.
Right.
And then, and so I kind of combined them all together as though they happened in one night. So that's why book one we call nonfiction, this one we call fiction, even though everything happened. It didn't happen on one night in the mountains.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so this is kind of, you know, and there are still stories after that we're making a whole other book.
The Inscrutable Dr. Bear and the Case of the Two-Faced Statue by Jersey Drozd, a mystery that unravels with every twist and turn.
And if we're representing, to quote Scott McCloud, the great comics thinker, if we're representing a world of five senses with only one, our vision, we got to be careful about everything we do on the page. And so I think really hard about the visual rhythm of the sound in my comics, whether it's a sound effect or whether it's the way I break up the balloons. And like you said, like that scene where he's like realizing that his entire life is unspooling and he does this no, right? Like, it's like I wanted the audience to hear that when they read it.
The First Easter Rabbit by Littles number 1, 2, and 3. A heartwarming tale that brings joy to all ages.
Santa and the Three Rabbits help Stuffy prepare for Easter by painting eggs and making presents for Glinda's hometown.
But Zero finds the secret way to Easter Valley and steals the golden Easter lily. It keeps the valley always in spring. It snows a lot.
Percy Jackson, A Half-Blood Christmas by Little number 1. A magical journey blending mythology and holiday spirit.
So, in the Sword of Hades, there's not much, like, Christmassy things. But, except for, like, the time. It's like, my opinion, it's like the last week before Christmas break. From what I've read, I think that's what it is. And the only really line that mentions Christmas is Christmas in the Underworld was not my idea.
Such incredible talent. And the winner is... The Littles for the First Easter Rabbit.
This is the Littles' first win tonight.
Thank you. As you can see, I'm not any one of the Littles, I'm Santa Claus. Yes, thank you very much. The Littles couldn't be here tonight. It's past their bedtime after all, and quite frankly, I reminded Jerry that something terrible usually happens at the Raddies. He agreed they should stay home for their own safety. They did write a little speech that they wanted me to read. Here it goes. Little number 1 wanted to say, "Thanks for the award." Little number 2 felt he had to clarify that his daddy is not really stinky. Little number 3 ended up just laughing at the thought of a stinky daddy. Anyway, so far they're on the nice list, and hopefully they stay there. I'll drop this award off post-haste. In the meantime, Merry Christmas, and thank you again. In the icy depths of Iceman's frozen fortress, Jerry D and Mega Man navigate through sub-zero temperatures and reach the gate to Iceman's lair, determined to retrieve the envelope containing the award for Raddest All-Star episode.
Ooh, it's still colder than a snowman's nose in here. How do you handle this, Mega Man?
My thermal insulators help, but even they're getting a mega workout. Stay close, Jerry.
Halt! No one trespasses in my fortress and leaves unscathed.
We're not leaving without that envelope, Iceman.
Then prepare to face the chill of defeat.
Look out!
Nice shot. Let's turn up the heat.
Fire? Here? Impossible.
Now's our chance. Time to short-circuit your plans, Iceman. Taste my thunder beam.
No, my circuits, they're frying.
We did it!
Great teamwork, Jerry. Now let's find that envelope.
Got it. The Raddest All-Star Episode Award is safe and sound.
Mission accomplished. Let's get back and present this to the rightful host.
Totally Red.
Meanwhile, Luigi and Donkey Kong stand at the podium, ready to announce the nominees for the Raddest New Guest Award.
Mamma mia, it's a time to announce the nominees for Raddest New Guest.
Yeah, let's see who swung into the totally rad Christmas jungle this year.
First up, from Christmas Vacation, score and soundtrack, it's Kevin Williams.
Hope he didn't get tangled in too many Christmas lights.
But he has the website Recommended Stations, and right before this last Christmas, so just a couple months ago, he did a really deep dive on the mythos of the bootleg, and he tracked down, he bought his own copy, he contacted Warner Brothers and Six Flags Public Relations and tried to get anyone to confirm or deny it, and it's a good read, and I'm happy to share the link if you want to throw it in the show notes there, but I think that individual went farther than anyone has taken trying to get this, and his conclusion was absolutely a bootleg, but why on earth would anyone go through all this trouble and make up this grandiose story to just sell a bootleg?
Next from ER, we have a William Bruce West.
I bet he prescribed a healthy dose of holiday cheer.
Well, I was going to say he's the anti-Ted McGinley. Because, shows would bring in Ted McGinley and they'd get canceled. It wasn't until Married with Children where he finally, stuck. He was usually brought in the final season of, all these popular shows. So then, Clooney's like, I can make this work. And he kind of did. Not here. Facts of Life he did. Roseanne, he did his stint. But, anti-McGinley.
From a Clue and Who Done It. That Clue documentary. It's a Jeffrey C. Smith.
Did he figure out who stole the last banana cream pie?
Which is funny. I've kind of inserted myself into it. And also very brazen as well, because when I do remember when I emailed the director, Jonathan Lynn, I didn't say, hey, is it cool if I make a documentary about your movie? I emailed him and said, I'm making a documentary about Clue. Can I interview you? Who are you? I don't know what. That's so bizarre.
He was just so taken aback by the fact he wanted to do Clue that
I like this the cut of this kid's jib. All right.
Up next, from Transformers UK Comics Christmas issues, we have Jazzy Droz.
Transformers, more than meets the mistletoe.
No, they did actually some real world building in season 2 with episodes like The Search for Alpha Trion, War Dawn, and whenever they got to go back into the history of Cybertron, the desertion of the Dynamos did a little bit of that too. And that was super exciting when you're a kid to realize it felt like it was taking us seriously as an audience in a way that a lot of Rubik the Amazing Cube, as much as I love that cartoon, I don't feel like it was respecting me as much as an audience as Transformers did.
From Band-Aid 2, it's Alex Rolls.
I hope he brought some Band-Aids for all the paper cuts from wrapping gifts.
It's interesting. I mean, there are questions about whether Kylie Minogue really can sing on key, but Kylie Minogue's awesome, and I don't really care if she's on key, if she is in the studio on key or not, because she's a great pop star, and I love her records. I love seeing her in the show, and whether she's actually singing it or whether it's being computer aided, not my problem, because it's awesome.
Next, from No Rules Tonight, we have Ryan Estrada.
No rules? Sounds like my kind of party.
The ways that they're not allowed to be themselves, or like you mentioned, the 2 military boys that their whole life they've been trained, this is what it means to be a man, is to go out and do these things, and they're like, oh wait, those are the guys that beat up our friend. Is that who we want to be? Right. And all of these different ways that people stop and consider, who is the person that I want to be, and is that what society wants to be and me to be, and what do I do about that?
And finally, from Silver Bullet, it's Jeremy Phelps.
I hope he didn't have to outrun any werewolves to get here.
I grew up with a lot of Stephen King because my parents had Stephen King books in the house. And And I remember, I don't know if you know the book Night Shift. It was like one of those first collections of short stories that brought us a few movies like Children of the Corn. When I was like maybe 10, my older cousin read the Boogeyman to a bunch of me and my younger cousins. Terrified the heck out of me and made me a Stephen King fan, though.
And the winner is Kevin Williams for Christmas Vacation.
This is Kevin's second win tonight.
I don't even know where to start. I thought Raddest music episode was impressive, but Raddest new guest, this is simply unbelievable. Up until this point in my life, my greatest accomplishment was being awarded 1997's Magic the Gathering Oregon State Junior Champion limited format. This was back when they did state championships, and if I remember correctly, the limited format at the time was Mirage Visions Weatherlight sealed deck. I remember playing Red, White, Green, and having a Granger Guildmage that put in work the entire event. I suppose there's an argument to be made that marrying my amazing wife and raising 2 terrific children are far greater accomplishments than either winning Raddest New Guest or my triumphant march to victory at the Shiloh Inn Convention Hall some 28 years ago. But I mean, come on, where's the hardware for that? I want to thank Jerry again for inviting me into the Christmas podcast community last year, and for letting me be a guest on Totally Rad Christmas. Without his welcome arms, none of this would be possible. Like, quite literally none of it. Totally Rad Christmas, the Raddies, this is Jerry's neon-soaked world, and we're all just actors in it. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this acceptance speech before I spend several more minutes building toward a really drawn-out Tommy Westfall St. Elsewhere joke. Thank you again, Jerry. Thank you, committee. Now I'm off to call my parents and share this great news. And I'm sure they'll be just as disinterested in this award as they were with my last great nerd victory in '97.
Back in the dimly lit throne room of Dracula's castle, Simon Belmont stands poised, gripping his whip. The air is thick with tension as Dracula emerges from the shadows, his eyes gleaming with malevolence.
Ah, the persistent Belmont. What brings you to my domain this time?
Don't play dumb with me. I'm here for the Raddest Christmas Podcast Host Award, Dracula. Hand it over, and I might spare you another defeat.
You dare challenge me for such a trivial prize? Very well. Let's see if you can beat me and my swarm of bats.
Not this time.
Impressive, but you'll need more than parlor tricks to defeat me.
He's in the terrible demon form. Time to end this.
This cannot be.
And stay down. Another victory for the Belmonts.
Totally Red. Here to present the Raddest Movie Episode Award, it's Princess Zelda and Link.
Good evening, everyone. We're honored to present the award for the Raddest Movie Episode. Link, it's wonderful to share this moment with you. You know, it's customary for co-presenters to engage in a bit of banter before announcing the nominees. Perhaps you'd like to start? Ah, that's right. You're a hero of action, not words, always ready for adventure. Remember that time you broke all the pots in the castle? And the great Deku Tree still hasn't forgiven you for setting his leaves on fire. But I must admit, your courage is unparalleled. Now, shall we proceed with the nominees? Very well. The nominees are Jeff and Jay for their thrilling discussion on Dial Code Santa Claus / Deadly Games.
When he was typing back and forth, I showed this movie to my parents yesterday.
Yeah.
Rewatching in preparation for this. As soon as he came on the screen during the snowball fight, my mom is like, "Who is this freak?"
Yeah, there's just a grown man who decides to start having a snowball fight with children. They all run away because now there's a grown man, and he's like, why'd all the kids leave?
Laramie, Chad, and Robert, who brought the holiday spirit with Ernest Saves Christmas.
the main thing, and there's
it's got the Die Hard opening. Yes,
that's right. Oh, I love
Take your
that.
shoes off, Santa.
That's right. You make fists with your toes, Santa.
Yeah.
Which we do have another Die Hard reference coming up, but we'll get to that a little later.
Because the guy who was next to Bruce Willis on the plane who told him about his feet.
Yeah,
he was
the
manager, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Danny Davila took us on a wild adventure with Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
No, yeah, every time I saw it, I hated Buzz so much. Oh, I did want to say, I just remembered, by the way, for the audience, I haven't seen the movie. I saw it like 5 or 6 months ago.
Well, we were going to, and then we kept postponing it for various reasons.
Yeah, I just remembered that Kevin had a beautiful, angelic voice.
He totally did.
And finally, Scott, Ken, and Jeremy serenaded us with their insights on White Christmas.
Well,
you have to let the art wash over you.
That's right.
It's an alternate universe.
Yeah, that's
There
it.
you
Yeah,
go.
that's it.
It's a whole MCU thing.
It is hard to watch this movie with 2024 eyes, because I look at this and I'm like, okay, it's starting off. Danny Kaye is a private in the Army. He was, I think, 41, 42 years old when they filmed this, which is really old to be a private. And Bate was only a couple years older. So that's the first thing, the opening.
It is World
scene.
War II, though, so maybe that threw off the age of enlistment a little bit. I don't know.
Congratulations to all the nominees. Is there something you'd like to add, Link?
Excuse me, princess.
Oh, Link. Go help the N team recover those envelopes. Take Mike Westfall with you, please. He hasn't stopped asking me questions about Hyrule. And the winner is... Danny Davila.
This is Danny's first win tonight.
Hi, it's me, Santa Claus again. Danny Davila couldn't be here. He left to go find 8-bit Kevin McAllister from Home Alone 2, the video game. He said that his experience finding random household objects to weaponize will help defeat Dr. Wily. Danny did leave a Mega Man-themed message for me to read, though. Let's see. I'm sorry I could not be here in person to accept the Raddy. The biggest Scrooge of them all, Dr. Wily, must be stopped, or there may never be another Raddy. I'm actually not sure what he's talking about. Anyway, continuing with his message. Thank you for understanding, and happy Raddies 20XX. In the bowels of Bowser's castle, Mario and Captain N stand before the towering Bowser, who clutches the envelope for the Raddest Gag Me with a Spoon Impression Award.
You think you can waltz into my domain and take this?
We don't think, Bowser. We know.
Hand it over or face the Game Master.
How about the raddest nerd who's about to get his butt kicked by me?
He sneers, ready to unleash his fiery breath and incinerate our heroes.
Look out!
Time to turn up the heat. My zapper will show him a thing or two.
Is that all you got?
Not even close. Let's go!
Nice shot! Now it's my turn.
You'll pay for that.
Together!
No, this can't be.
Teamwork for the win.
Totally red.
A swirling portal opens in the middle of the grand hall, crackling with energy. One by one, the heroes, Jerry, Mega Man, Captain N, Mario, and Simon Belmont, leap through, landing in various heroic and some not-so-heroic poses.
Well, that was a ride. Remind me never to jump through a portal behind Simon again.
A little appreciation, please. Do you know how hard it is to keep my hair this flawless while traveling interdimensionally?
Mega cool, dudes. We got our envelopes and we only had to battle one robot master.
Yeah, but we did have to dodge some spooky ghosts. That the last world was giving me a Luigi Manson flashback.
Hey, at least nobody got turned into a vampire this time. Right, Simon?
I told you, that was one time.
All right, guys, focus up. We're back in the Palace of Power, which means it's time to get to business. Kevin, you ready?
You got it, Jerry. Let's do this.
And now, Jerry D and Captain N presenting the award for Raddest Halloween episode.
Halloween specials are a gnarly tradition where legends, creatures of the night, and totally radical moments collide.
And this year, we had some seriously awesome contenders. Whether it was battling vampires, playing games with Johnny Arcade, or throwing down in the WWF ring, these nominees brought it.
The nominees for Raddest Holiday episode are, from Elvira, Anthony Caruso.
This is the time of year I'm craving fall, so yesterday when I sat down and watched it in preparation for the show, it scratched that itch. Like, it is, like, it's sufficiently, like, fall and Halloween-y feeling without being overbearing, thanks to her.
Right.
And yeah, it's just so good. I love a good fish out of water story in general, so seeing her uprooted and placed in this, like, very prudish town where the townspeople are horrified by her, except for all the teenagers, specifically the boys.
This is the boys,
amazing.
of course. Yeah. From Video Power, Mike, Chad, and Tommy.
No, that whole thing was fixed, and like you can tell now on the kids' faces asking these questions, trying to stump him, that they're just like, I'm getting tricked here.
You know, the cool thing about Johnny Arcade is he looked like he was genuinely having a fun time.
Oh yeah,
but there were times where he could. I think he'd probably rather be elsewhere. But I assume like that's just the game show host. That's kind of the burden you get.
Right.
He always seemed like, he seemed again like J.D. Roth and Mark Summers. He seemed like he was always having a good time on that show.
From Silver Bullet, Jeremy Phelps.
Well, the first, 4 killings, I thought they were all in a row, like 4 days in a row, the way they just
it seems like it, right?
Boom, like, and, when they had the funeral and it seemed like it was the next day, or they waited a month for the funeral after the kid died because they were ready to go hunting the werewolf that night, the werewolf found him that night.
From Beetlejuice and Beetlejuice, Anthony Caruso and CM Chuck.
Merchandising, you know what I mean? Juggernaut as well. There's Beetlejuice everything, you know what I mean? We just had Beetlejuice cookies from Crumble recently because we're like, oh, they got Beetlejuice, we got to get it,
Oh, that's cool. I might have to hit them up tomorrow.
Yeah. To your point about merchandising, Chuck, like, you can't go to a Halloween party or out in a bar or something without seeing at least one person dressed as Beetlejuice.
Yep.
I love now that at Home Depot they've got inflatable sandworms for your front yard.
Oh, do they? I haven't seen that. Oh, that's amazing.
Dude, it's pretty cool.
That's so cool.
Really cool.
From 80s Halloween Wrestling, 1989, The Wrestling Brothers.
I love how they say, like, oh my God, Zeus has just broken Hogan's neck.
Oh, yeah.
7 seconds later, Hogan's on his feet for the comeback.
That was crazy. Yeah.
We might need Jeremy to answer this one over. Was this before No Holds Barred or after No Holds Barred?
After.
It came out that summer.
Right.
Okay, so he was
right after I graduated high school.
Because it was right around the time of I believe Indiana Jones 3, like Last Crusade 2 was around that time.
Man, it was a really busy summer. Star Trek 5.
But it did well. It made money, which is crazy. From Salem's Lot, Bob, Matt, and Jeremy.
No wonder I had so many vampire dreams when I was about that age.
That's probably why, yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about Barlow, I mean, here on page, here we go. Barlow seemed to grow taller. His hair, swept back from his brow in the European manner, seemed to float around his skull. He was wearing a dark suit and a wine-colored tie, impeccably knotted, and to Callahan, he seemed part and parcel of the darkness that surrounded him. His eyes glared out of their sockets like sly and sullen embers.
So he speaks.
A lot different.
He doesn't just hiss.
Oh, he speaks a lot. Yeah, no, yeah. He speaks
he didn't need Straker to talk for him.
And from 80s Halloween commercials, Lyle Pettis.
Yeah, no, I definitely remember the Dave Thomas ones.
Right.
Those were definitely really good. I always loved it when the actual owner was also the spokesman.
Yeah.
For the
like
company.
Colonel Sanders, right?
Yeah, Colonel Sanders. I don't remember. I think he was in commercials, but he wasn't. I don't think he was in any in the 90s.
I don't think so. No.
So I think it might have been before my time of being able to watch them. So I think they were probably from like the 70s, maybe.
Whoa, that's a stacked lineup.
Right? But only one can take home the ultimate honor.
And the winner for the Raddest Halloween episode is Anthony Caruso and CM Chuck for Beetlejuice.
This is Anthony and Chuck's first win tonight.
What is up, Jerry D and all the Friday Nighters out there in Christmas land? I want to say a huge thank you to the Academy for this award, and especially to my co-host, Jerry, obviously, but the great Mr. Anthony Caruso, whom without we could not have created Halloween magic on our Beetlejuice episode. So thank you to everyone. Really appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to work with such fine and talented people, especially talking about the ghost with the most, Beetlejuice. All right, guys. Thanks so much.
The sky is a brilliant blue, clouds drifting lazily below. At the very top of the mountain, a golden envelope rests on a pedestal. Kid Icarus, wings spread, lands gracefully, his bow at the ready.
All right, that wasn't so badicus. Just had to dodge a few boulders, outmaneuver some underworld monsters, and climb a really long flight of stairs-icus maximus. Now let's grab that envelope and...
Not so fast, wing boy!
A shadow looms over the pedestal as the familiar cackling voice of Eggplant Wizard echoes across the mountaintop.
Oh great, Eggplant Wizard. Should have known you'd show up against to ruin my day.
Ruin? Oh, Pit! May I call you Pity?
Absolutely not-icus.
Oh, lighten up. That's what this award is about, right? Being happy. And I'm about to be really happy when I turn you into a delicious, helpless veggie.
You really need a new gimmickus. You know that, right?
Oh, please. Do you know how much power there is in eggplants? They're nutritious, they're versatile, and they make you completely useless in battle.
I'm not putting cursed vegetable on my resume-icus. Eat this light arrow-icus.
Wait. You haven't seen the last of me.
Every time-icus.
The chamber is dark, filled with the hum of machines and the occasional drip of some unknown, slimy substance. At the center, Mother Brain sits in her biomechanical tank, wires pulsating as her singular bloodshot eye glares at her minions. Before her, Eggplant Wizard fidgets nervously, twiddling his stubby fingers, while Iceman stands stiffly, his breath visibly chilling the air around him.
Do you morons have any idea how tired I am of your incompetence?
Define incompetence.
Incompetence is letting the N-Team escape. Incompetence is constant failure. Incompetence is you two existing.
That seems harsh.
Yeah. I mean, sure, I might have accidentally turned King Hippo into a vegetable last week, but in my defense...
And yet, despite my overwhelming disgust for your utter uselessness, I have devised a flawless plan.
Oh, is this the part where we nod and pretend we understand?
Listen up, you brainless buffoons. Behold, Dr. Wily's latest creation, the Grinch Mecha.
You built a Christmas robot.
Ooh, does it throw presents? I love presents.
No, it does not throw presents, you grocery store reject. It is a colossal, steady-stomping, holiday-hating war machine. It will march straight into the Palace of Power, spreading terror and destruction, forcing the N-Team to throw everything they have at stopping it.
So... it's a distraction?
Yes, it's a distraction.
Huh. Okay, not bad.
While the N-Team is busy with that, Ganon and King Hippo will infiltrate Hyrule and capture Link. With him out of the way, the Triforce will be vulnerable, and I will finally have my revenge.
Oh, I like it. It's sneaky, it's festive, it's diabolical.
And for once, It actually sounds like it might work.
Of course it will work, because I came up with it, unlike you two whose combined intelligence is less than that of a soggy fruitcake.
She's really leaning into the holiday metaphors.
Just nod and don't make eye contact.
Ho, ho, ho! Ooh, that's actually kind of scary.
Yeah, okay, I'm in.
Then prepare yourselves, fools, because by the time the N team realizes what's happening, it'll be too late.
Totally red. Mission accomplished. Eggplant Wizard tried to stop me, but let's just say he got squashed a kiss.
Great work, Kid Icarus. That's one more envelope back where it belongs.
All right, who's next?
We are. Kevin, we need to head to Excalibur. The next envelope and the next award was stolen by Malkill.
Malkill, the cranky old wizard from Wizards and Warriors? And why do you two get to go?
Exactly. And if he's got his hands on the award, it's not going to be easy getting it back.
Sounds like we're in for a boss fight. I'm in.
While we're gone, I need the rest of you to keep the show running.
No problem. What's next, Icus?
CJ and Princess Zelda will present the next award. Peach will keep the stage running smoothly.
Oh, I love a good award show, and we'll make sure it stays on track.
Thank you both. Now, Jerry, I need you to come up with a few new categories. Something fun, something engaging. If Kevin and I aren't back in time, we need to stall.
Oh, you want me to improvise? Now that's my kind of challenge.
Good. Just make sure they're good enough to keep everyone entertained.
Don't worry, I got this. I'll whip up some categories that'll knock the power gloves off.
All right, let's move. The longer that award stays with Malkill, the worse it's going to be for all of us.
Then let's warp!
All right, you heard the princess. Show must go on, Icus.
Shall we, Peach? We shall.
Okay, all right, let's see. Coolest video game cameo. Best over-the-top villain monologue? No, that's terrible. Most ridiculous power-up? Oh, yeah, this is going to be fun.
He's the host of the Rose Suchak Ladder podcast. She's a member of the royal family of Hyrule. It's CJ Belanger and Princess Zelda presenting the award for Raddest Theology Bros episode.
This has been such a fun night so far. I'm thrilled to be here, even if it is taken away from me planning the perfect after party.
I'm sure it'll still be epic if you spare 5 minutes, CJ. Either way, so far we've seen epic battles, daring rescues, and some very passionate acceptance speeches.
And now it's time to celebrate something just as important: wisdom.
The best stories don't just entertain us, they inspire us. And tonight, we're honoring 2 legends who have traveled through time and scripture to bring those stories to life.
That's right. It's time to recognize the Raddest Theology Bros episode.
The nominees are...
From Superbook, The First Christmas, Art Kilmer and Tom Crow.
When the book opens and it shows a picture of Mary and Joseph, they were very dark complected. And for a minute there, I thought, oh, are we going to be racially accurate here? But then Mary and Joseph, you know, when they actually meet them, are whiter than white. So, like, I guess not.
Which feels worse. It's like you knew the assignment and you still.
That's right.
That's right. You still took a big right turn.
Yeah.
You have no excuse. I mean, come on. But again, it was the 80s.
From The Greatest Adventure, Stories from the Bible, The Nativity, Art Kilmer and Tom Crow.
It was I don't know, I found that whole part kind of awkward, you know. Just, you know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it's like, yeah, let's have the you know, the foreign kid be the one who's silly and goes out there and, you know, does all that.
Whoa, we didn't say foreign, we said nomad.
Oh, okay.
That's true. They did say nomad.
Who's played by a white guy. So yeah, okay.
And from Nicholas, the boy who became Santa, Art Kilmer and Tom Crow.
But like so many things, any of you who listen to Tis the Podcast, you've heard me rant about inaccurate historical renderings, and this one just kind of there are so many good stories within the tradition of Saint Nicholas. I don't know why they didn't pull on some of those.
I don't know a lot about Saint Nicholas himself, other than what I've been able to piece together from listening to your podcast and all that. So I am here to learn and ask questions, perhaps, but I did do some reading about him before I watched the episode, and so there were things. So I guess I'm approaching it from a very, ignorant point of view, I guess, or uninformed, because I don't really know all the stories of St. Nicholas.
You notice a pattern here?
For sure. And the winner is, I think we already know where this is going. Art Kilmer
and Tom Crow for the greatest adventure.
Congratulations. You've swept this category.
This is Tom and Art's first win tonight.
Well, I can't believe we won for this. I mean, the competition was incredible for this category, especially. I first of all need to thank my co-hosts, Tom Crow and Jerry D. You had this idea to put together a little theological team to talk about some of the spiritual aspects of Christmas, and I have enjoyed our conversations on and off the mic. I have really grown in my faith because of you two. Obviously have to thank Jesus, because if he had never been born, none of this would be possible. I knew going into this episode that we had a Radia winner on our hands, and I love being proven right. This is an amazing honor. Thank you so much.
In Hyrule, a jagged volcanic wasteland stretches before them, the sky dark and choked with ash. Rivers of molten lava flow through cracks in the rock, and eerie red light flickers from deep below. Link, clad in his green tunic, leads the way with his sword drawn. Beside him, Mike Westfall follows, adjusting his glasses and taking in the ominous scenery.
Oh yeah, classic Death Mountain vibes. Lava, check. Creepy caves, check. General sense of impending doom, double check. Oh, a magic sword for me? You shouldn't have. No, really, you shouldn't have, because I don't have a sword license. All right, fine, but full disclosure, I usually only swing fake swords at Halloween parties. Oh man, the Power Glove? That thing's a relic. I mean, sure, it looks cool, but the control and lag time are brutal. You got a power pad instead? Wait, you want me to use it as a weapon? Oh, so it's just a shield. Like Lion-O's claw shield. Huh. Okay, I can work with that. If this thing crashes and suddenly tries to make me play Rad Racer, I'm throwing it in the lava. Whoa, the silver arrow! Alright, so you're rocking the legendary arrow that can drop Ganon in one shot, and I'm swinging the I Love the 80s starter pack. Yeah, feels fair.
The chamber is vast and lined with flickering torches. The sound of something slithering echoes from deeper within. Suddenly, from the shadows, like likes, drop from the ceiling. Their amorphous forms undulating toward them.
Ah, it's the evil flying carpets of doom! And... wait, are they painted like candy canes? I guess everyone's in the Christmas spirit. Oh man, these things eat shields, don't they? You didn't tell me they eat shields! Whew. Thanks for killing that thing, buddy. Really getting the hang of this whole stand behind the elf and hope for the best strategy.
As they move deeper into the dungeon, the air gets heavier, the walls twisting like a living maze. A screeching sound fills the room as a Patra descends from above, its small winged minions swirling in a protective barrier.
Great! Killer eyeball bugs! You really know how to pick a vacation spot. Okay, time to see if this sword has any real magic. Hey, look! I'm helping! Okay, I think I earned a snack break. Maybe a nice peppermint elixir, or... there it is! The Jerry D Award for most guest appearances!
Did you really think it would be that easy?
Looks like we got ourselves some heroes who don't know when to quit.
Okay, now would be a great time for that legendary last-minute save.
Don't worry, you'll still be a part of the show. Just from behind bars.
The trees are gnarled and twisted, shrouded in eerie mist. Glowing eyes peek from the darkness as Princess Lana and Captain N cautiously make their way through the dense, foggy landscape of Excalibur.
You know, I'm all for adventure, but something about this place just screams bad idea.
Malkil thrives on deception and fear. If he has the last envelope, he won't give it up without a fight.
And here I was, hoping for a quiet rescue mission.
We don't have time for this.
Oh, great! Infinite respawns! We gotta move! Spiders with Santa hats? Alright, that is just wrong.
I don't think Malkil celebrates Christmas the same way we do. Come on, the castle should be just ahead.
The duo enter a massive stone chamber lit only by flickering torches. At the far end, atop a towering throne, Malkil sits, his dark orange robes contrasting with his sickly green skin. Floating in his grasp is the last golden envelope, glowing with mystical energy.
Ah, what an award. Raddest, most bonkers theory. So many wild ideas, so much speculation. And yet, none of you foresaw this.
That doesn't belong to you, Malkil. Hand it over.
Oh, my dear princess, I knew you'd come for it. But tell me, how do you plan to take it when you can't even stand?
Chains? Ah, classic wizard move.
You can't stop us that easily.
The Raddest, most bonkers theory award. Such a fitting prize for those who weave absurd ideas into legends. And yet, none of them predicted that I would be the one to claim it.
Yeah, well, plot twists happen all the time. Now hand it over before we rewrite your ending.
Oh, Captain N, so full of a bravado, yet so out of your depth.
His magic is too strong.
Did you truly think you could best me in my own domain? The power of Excalibur bends to my will.
Okay, not liking where this is going.
Not while I still breathe, wizard.
You?
Yeah, me.
Now that's what I call an entrance.
Kuros, we need to get the envelope.
Then let's take this wizard down.
Okay, this is officially in my top 5 hardest boss fights.
Enough of this. I shall crush you all.
By the power of Excalibur, be gone!
We got it.
No, this cannot be.
Time to warp out of here!
Go. I'll make sure he doesn't follow.
Thank you, Kuros. Now let's get out of here and back to the Raddies.
Totally red. Okay, we need another category. Something festive, something unexpected, something that just screams holiday magic. All right, folks. While we wait for our fearless leaders to retrieve the final awards, I figured why not introduce a brand new category? Yeah, that's it. Something that embodies the true spirit of the season. And by that I mean getting into a garbage can.
Now, this is a category I can get behind.
Presenting the award for... Wait, that can't be right, can it? The award for Raddest Christmas Special where someone gets into a garbage can episode. It's Mario.
I've been in my fair share of pipes, but the garbage can? That's a commitment. And now, for the nominees for the Raddest Christmas Special where someone gets into a garbage can episode. From Kate Bush, December will be magic again. Mike Patton and Rusty Spell.
Yeah, I think going into the trash can is definitely a top moment. Like, just like, how are you going to end this thing, right? This thing that we just watched, this journey we were just on for 45 minutes. How are you going to end it? I mean, other than like maybe a Sesame Street Christmas show, have you ever seen a Christmas show with somebody going into the trash? And oh wait, you just had the didn't you just have the Raddies?
The Raddies, yeah.
Okay, so the Raddie. Okay, so like she wins a Raddie for being the best Christmas special where someone gets into a garbage can.
I like that. I'm stealing that. You know, not every award show gives you this kind of recognition.
And that's what makes it this one is so special.
This is Mike and Rusty's first win tonight.
Hey, Jerry, this is Mike from Snow and Southtown.
And this is Rusty, who is from that same show.
Yes, coincidentally.
I know.
And we want to say thank you for this award that we won, where it is the Raddest special where someone gets into a garbage can.
And I just want to say to all the doubters and haters out there, when I was growing up who said I would never get this award, suck on it.
That's
Okay?
right. Yeah, and not third place, not
No.
second place.
The award.
First place. And we should say this year we also watched a special where someone was in a garbage can, and it was the Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the
was
Grouch.
A Sesame Street something or other on Christmas Eve or something.
Because we prepare.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all we do basically on Snow and Southtown. We watch specials with people in garbage cans.
We are
So
trash.
That's why you picked us for Kate Bush. And I just also want to say that my thing where I had to impersonate Kate Bush, you couldn't hear the keyboard I was playing on that thing, and I'm still upset about that to this day. And maybe we should re-record the whole episode. I don't know. It's up to you, Jerry.
I do know that an acceptance speech is the best place to apologize for such things.
That's right. If you're not playing us off yet with a Kate Bush duet with Peter Gabriel, we do just want to say thanks for having us on the show and for the award.
And thanks to our agents.
Bye, guys.
And since we're already making history with these categories, Simon, you have to be the one to present the next one. It's right up your alley.
Ah, finally, an award show that recognizes the importance of exceptional hair.
His ancestral legacy includes killing Dracula. It's Simon Belmont here to present the award. Oh, come on! Presenting the award for Raddest episode where the protagonist has an out-of-control mullet.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to present the award for Raddest episode where the protagonist has an out-of-control mullet. And the nominee is Jeff and Jay from Dial Code for Santa Claus, Deadly Games.
He looks more like Macaulay Culkin does now than he did when he did Home Alone.
That's right.
I was barely alive in the 80s, and I don't think Jeff was alive in the 80s.
No.
But to me, that is like one of the most 80s haircuts I've ever seen.
Now that is hair that demands respect. A mane so wild, so free, it's practically its own character.
You sure you're just not jealous, Simon?
Oh, please. My locks are legendary. But even I must acknowledge greatness when I see it.
This is Jeff and Jay's first win tonight.
It's an honor. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the big man upstairs, Simon Phillips, for this award. There's a lot of people need to be thanked. Certainly, Grandpa.
Yes, Grandpa definitely needs thanks.
The dog.
Yes. Oh my God, JR.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Jair. I don't know, the fat friend
Yes.
riding the bike.
Yes, fat friend. He somehow almost manages to get caught even though he has a head start on the bike.
Yep. Happy birthday, Christmas.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Let the midnight special shine down on me. Thanks.
The French government for the tax credit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Look at me now, Dad.
All right, Mega Man, your turn. This one's about something very important, possibly the most rad and confusing holiday tradition in the galaxy.
Confusing holiday? You mean like when Dr. Wily sends me a fake present that turns out to be a bomb?
Not exactly, buddy. Just read the envelope.
Here to present the award for Raddest Life Day episode. It's the Blue Bomber himself, Mega Man.
Roger that. The next category is Raddest Life Day episode. The nominee is Scott Newman and Jeremy Phelps for the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Right after Itchy snarls and goes after Lumpy, then he must have had a change of heart or something, because he pulls out this cassette device and goes over to the hologram table, which looks like the one
tell me if I'm wrong, Jeremy. It looked like the one from the Millennium Falcon from A New Hope.
Yeah.
But then the animations were nothing like what we saw in A New Hope.
We had really cool circus stuff, though. And...
Yeah, this is like the crappy one they got at Kmart or something. It's just, it was not the high quality one. But yeah, it was a bizarre circus show.
I'm detecting a lot of unusual data in this footage. Is that a Wookiee watching space TV?
Yep, and it only gets weirder from there.
I have concluded that this is indeed a Rad Life Day episode.
Couldn't have said it any better myself, little dude. Let's hear it for Scott and Jeremy.
Hey, dudes and dudettes. I heard we won a Ratty for our episode on the Star Wars Holiday Spectacular. Since this was one of the worst things I've ever seen, I'm not sure if I should be proud of this award, but I still want to say thank you to everyone who voted. Happy Life Day, everyone.
Hey, it's Santa Jeremy, and I am so honored to win my first Razzie Award. I mean, Ratty, but it's the Star Wars Holiday Special, so a Razzie really makes more sense. Anyways, I want to thank Sean, I want to thank Jerry, I want to thank all the great listeners.
So, 3 new categories, each with exactly 1 nominee.
Yeah, pretty good, huh?
Come on, Jerry Bear. You know that's not how award shows work. You're supposed to have multiple nominees. You basically just handed out trophies today.
Guys, there's no point in arguing.
No, he's right. And look, I'll be honest, I choked, okay? The moment Lana told me to stall, my brain just shut down. I panicked. First thing that popped in my head was garbage cans, and then mullets, and then bam, Life Day.
You're lucky this crowd enjoys chaos. Did you feel that?
Yeah. And I really don't think it's just bad wiring.
Something's coming.
Ooh, maybe I should have come up with the 4th category for most terrifying, sudden, ominous rumble. Yeah, let's just get on with announcing the next category, I think.
Presenting the award for Raddest Wrestling Episode, it's Tom Crow and Mario.
All right, folks, it's time for an award that celebrates the most glorious fusion of spandex, body slams, and pure unfiltered radness. That's right, we were talking about wrestling, the sport of the kings, the art of the combat, the reason my back hurts just watching it. Hey, same here. I tried doing an elbow drop off my couch, nearly took myself out. Oof, a rookie, a mistake. Always land on the mushier part of the couch. Solid advice. But let's not keep these warriors waiting. It's time to announce the nominees for Raddest Wrestling Episode. And the nominees are, from 80s Christmas Wrestling Part 3, The Wrestling Bros.
Oh, that's Steve Lombardi and Harvey Whippleman. So I went up and said, hey, how you guys doing?
That's crazy. Hold on, can we just I want to know if anybody else has any wrestling meetups in the wild just by chance. No.
Not me. No.
I was that one.
So for me, it wouldn't really necessarily be like in the wild because it was at a signing like for Sheamus, but like nobody recognized. Like referee Tim White was just walking like in front of the whole line, and I was like, "That's referee Tim White." And I mean, of course, he was there for WWE and Sheamus stuff, but I guess he was doing background stuff. But I was the only one to recognize him. And I was like, "Tim, referee Tim White, can I get a picture with you?" And he was like, "Cool." So I got a really cool picture with Tim White.
And from 80s Halloween Wrestling 1989, The Wrestling Bros.
And I forgot Jake was a face at this time because I always remember Jake being a heel. You know what I mean? So seeing him as a good guy was like, oh wait, I guess he did go through a couple of back and forth.
He was one of the Hulkamaniacs.
Yeah, mainly.
I didn't like that very much.
Yeah. Mainly when I was young. This is 89. I was 4. I wasn't really watching, but I only really remember watching stuff as Jake as a heel. So seeing him in that group, and I always thought he hated Hulk. I don't even remember this at all. So
yeah.
Whew, tough competition. 2 completely different episodes, same iconic tag team. Almost like they had this in the bag before we even opened the envelope. You saying this was a work, Mario? Hey, I ain't pointing the fingers, but if I see a steel chair coming flying out of nowhere, I'm diving for cover.
This is the Wrestling Bros' first win tonight.
I just want to say thank you for this award. As always, it's fantastic to really carry these guys because most of them are dimwits. And, I really love wrestling. I love the 80s and I love Jerry. So accepting these awards never gets old. So I'm doing this alone because I did carry it. So if they come in and they thank people too, it should be me. And if it's not, well, guess what? We're going in a cage match. I'm putting your head between the pipes and we're going downtown to Chinatown. Thank you for the next dub. Thank you for the victory. I want to thank my mom for absolutely discouraging my love of wrestling. It made me love it even more. Ciao for now.
What is up, Friday Nighters and all of the Christmas ratty judges, the Academy. Thank you so much for the award for raddest wrestling episode for 80s Christmas Wrestling Part 3. I would normally give thanks to the huge ensemble cast that was involved, but the truth is that my back hurts from carrying all of them. Really, I have no one to thank for this but myself for making it great. When it comes to wrestling and the 80s and Christmas, no one does it better than Jerry D and myself. So, kudos to us. That's what I got to say here. Check out Just Another Friday Night, guys. It's your pal, CM.
What you gonna do when the winning team is back? Yep. You couldn't do this without us. Thank you, everybody that voted for us, and just stay tuned. Because next year, it's going to be another win. These wrestling episodes, it's tradition, man. This is going on my shelf with the rest of the Raddies. I'm so happy. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, everybody. From Feliz Christmas, Merry Navidad. Hey, this is Jeremy, a.k.a. the J-Wave, baby. I want to congratulate my fellow wrestling bros, and I also want to thank them for letting me be part of my very first Totally Rad podcast, baby.
All right, folks, we've had garbage cans, mullets, wrestling. What could possibly top the palace doors?
Oh, that's not good.
From the gaping hole in the palace entrance, a monstrous robotic figure lumbers in, towering 30 feet high. Its green, metallic fur bristles with wires and Christmas lights. It has glowing red eyes, a Santa hat haphazardly taped to its dome, and a grinchy smirk of doom plastered across its mechanical face.
You're a mad one, Mr. Grinch.
A synthesized voice blares from its speaker system as the giant Grinch robot stomps into the hall, steam hissing from its joints. The audience screams and scrambles.
Is it too late to come up with a fourth emergency category? Like, I don't know, most unexpected giant Grinch mecha attack?
Our award shows how sentimental, how disgustingly jolly. I think it's time for a hostile holiday takeover.
The Mecha Grinch swings its massive metal claw, smashing the stage decorations. Christmas lights flicker and explode in sparks. The crowd panics as chairs fly everywhere.
Mamma mia, that's the biggest Grinch I've ever seen.
Warning, holiday spirit under attack. Engaging defense mode.
I knew that rumbling was bad news.
The Mecha Grinch raises an arm, and from its wrist launches tinsel tentacles, wrapping around the winner's table, yanking it into the air. The envelopes containing the awards scatter in every direction.
Your precious awards, mine now. Ho ho ho.
Any heroes want to step in anytime now?
Suddenly, a warp zone portal flickers to life in the corner of the room.
Looks like we got back just in time.
Not on our watch, Grinchbot.
Let's turn this tin can into scrap metal.
Totally Red.
What a joyous holiday this has turned out to be. Do you see this, you pathetic pea-brains? While you two were busy playing Dungeon Crawl on Death Mountain, I've been unwrapping my greatest Christmas present of all. The Triforce of Power. The very force that makes Ganon invincible. And now it's all mine.
Oh, great. Another bad guy with a magic triangle. Is there some kind of Black Friday sale on these things?
Ooh, smart mouth, huh? You think you're so funny. Well, you won't be laughing when I crush Captain N and his little M-team under the tinsel-covered boot of my Mecha Grinch. While they're busy with that, Ganon and King Hippo had no trouble capturing you two fools. And now, with the Triforce of Power in my grasp, nothing can stop me.
Okay, Link, does she always monologue this much? Because if so, we might actually have time to figure out a way out of this mess.
Oh, I know that look, you little pointy-eared nuisance. You're probably thinking you can stop me, but not this time. This time you and your Christmas-loving friends will rot in my dungeon forever!
Totally red.
Meanwhile, the Mecha Grinch is wreaking havoc. Its massive metal claws swipe at decorations, sending Christmas trees flying like toothpicks. The crowd of guests panics, scrambling for cover as the monstrous machine lets out a digitized, villainous laugh.
The humbug, you holiday nincompoops. I'll tear this palace apart like a $2 stocking.
Okay, everybody, just stay calm. We totally planned this. Yeah, it's just a live-action performance of how the Grinch stole Christmas, but way more terrifying.
All right, team, we need to take this tin can down before it levels the palace.
Scanning for weak points. Targeting. Processing. Okay, so everything is armored.
Just like my hair, dude. This thing is completely impenetrable.
Less talking, more stopping the giant robot.
Ho, ho, ho! You puny pixels can't stop me.
I have slain dragons and banished warlocks, but this is just getting ridiculous.
And that, folks, is what we in the industry call a setback.
Mario and Pit rush in, carrying giant Christmas lights. They throw the lights at Mega Man, who catches them and starts charging them with energy from his arm cannon.
We gotta turn this holiday nightmare into a miracle.
Yeah, let's deck this thing's Halzakus with explosions.
Mega Man overcharges the Christmas lights, turning them into giant, glowing orbs of energy. Simon snaps his whip around them, spinning them like a morning star of destruction.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
He whips the glowing energy orbs at the Mecha Grinch's chest. They detonate on impact. The Mecha Grinch stumbles backward, its circuits sparking wildly.
What? My jolly dominance overridden.
And now for the finishing move. I'll use my power pad to speed jump, then blast right into its circuits.
No!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was definitely a planned part of the show.
Nice shot, Kevin.
Not bad for a kid from California, huh?
I could have done it faster.
In Mother Brain's lair, she watches, seething.
Curse them! Fine, if the Mecha Grinch failed, then I suppose it's time for Plan B.
Totally red.
And folks, just like that, we're back on track. I mean, sure, we almost had a holiday catastrophe on our hands, but that's what Christmas is all about. Overcoming obstacles, right? Spreading cheer and, not being crushed by a giant robot Grinch monster. Now, where were we? Oh, right, awards. And here to present the next one, let's give a big, totally rad welcome to the greenest guy I know who's not a Grinch, Luigi, and the angelic archer himself, Pit.
You're sure there's no more the robots are coming?
Come on, man, live a little. What's an awards show without a little Dangericus?
All righty, folks. It's the time to announce the nominees for
Raddest live-action TV show episode.
From Babysitter's Special Christmas, a Danielle Crack.
On the podcast, we started doing a thing. I made a mini burn book. So throughout the episodes, I've been writing down the things that I hate or Jackie hates, whoever's on the show.
Yeah.
And I definitely would put Marianne from the Babysitters Club
Oh man,
in my burn book.
that's hilarious.
From Amen, your Christmas show of shows, Joe Fultonicus.
Oh, where Raleigh raps. And maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same
I
episode.
don't remember that.
But-
That sounds awesome.
Oh, it's awful. It is just plain
Yeah,
awful. He has a
right.
he does a Christmas rap, and it's all everyone's like going,
Oh,
that
no.
kind of stuff, and it's just so cringy. But
That's
it's
hard
also
to watch,
So, but it's also so amazing
So-
because it's like
that's right.
It's the
Yeah.
that's the thing I always remember is the Raleigh rap.
From Night Court, Santa goes down the town. Robbie Sherman and Tim Williams.
From like 1989.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Bronson Pinchot, a heavy hitter like that by your side, you know that you're going to be remembered.
John Larroquette and Bronson Pinchot.
Yeah,
man,
and
that's
see, I remember him from Blind Date. I think it's '87 with Bruce Willis.
Oh yeah,
Blake Edwards, like he was kind of the thing, but that was coming off of his fame with Night Court. So
with Night Court, yeah. Well, so was Second Sight. That's exactly
yeah. So it's
right.
kind of like
A mystery Bruce Willis movie. Interesting. I didn't know about this thing. Interesting.
Yeah.
From Quantum Leap Promised Land, Nicholas Pepin and Jeremy Phelpsicus.
And I love how the bank was decorated for Christmas.
It was very Christmassy. So
Blow molds all over the place, and I love blow molds.
there was blow molds. There was
I put them in my
garlands,
yard now, so
garlands and wreaths. There was Christmas light, like big C9.
Christmas lights in the bathroom of the stalls.
Well, 'cause
Yeah,
those are-
but I noticed that one because I watched the episode like a week ago, and then I watched it again this afternoon, and I'm like, yeah, look at the Christmas lights in the bathroom. That was a little too much. But
That's a little weird for me, and I'm a Christmas lights guy, but like that's
That's
weird.
true.
That's really weird. Putting Christmas lights on a bathroom stall. That's
they need
kinda
like
where
special lights. You should have special lights for that, right? Some industrial LEDs, right?
Sure. I don't know.
I mean, you got to put Christmas lights where you can put them, and
That's true.
wrapping them around the stall is your best option, I guess.
I guess so. I don't know.
Very festive.
From a Family Matters, have yourself a Merry Winslow Christmas. Matt Yurick.
Yeah, I went back. Oh gosh, it was maybe sometime in the last couple of years, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this from the beginning.
Yeah,
and I was like, what is going? I mean, it is a first season. It's a different show. It is just so different. I mean, the pieces are there, and everything with Urkel and how he transformed this show completely. But the opening song to this is so good. I love the theme. I love the credits. It's just there's something about it that it always like if I hear it, I'm like, ooh, I gotta hear the whole thing.
And finally, from Dolly, A Down Home Country Christmas, CJ Belanger and Ashley Dambarikis.
She was pretty close to the edge, man. A solid gust of wind could have did her in. I was a little nervous for her. Hopefully they had like a rope attached that you couldn't
They
see.
definitely had something attached to that.
I mean, I'm sure, right?
$22
Insurance
million
would have made her, for
I mean,
$44
if she
million.
fell,
yeah.
if she fell face first, she probably stood a good chance of just bouncing back up. But
That's true. That's
hopefully you can
very
keep
true.
that in the episode.
Oh, I'm totally keeping that in. It's very true.
And the winner is Robbie Sherman and Tim Williams, Night Court.
This is Tim and Robbie's first win tonight.
Greetings, everyone. It's a pleasure to hear that I've won Raddest live action TV show episode. I rarely win any type of thing on the internet, so this is a great honor for me. It's a great honor getting to be a part of Totally Rad Christmas, and I thank my adoring public for enjoying the episode and voting for me.
Whew, I came here tonight. I didn't know what to expect. Wow. I'm incredibly honored and humbled to stand before you as the recipient of this prestigious podcasting award. First and foremost, I want to express my deepest gratitude to Jerry D and the Totally Rad Christmas podcast. During this fight, I've seen a lot of changing. The way you feels about me and the way I felt about you. I'm here. We're two guys killing each other, but I guess it's better than 20 million. What I'm trying to say is, if I can change, and you can change, then everybody can change. Everybody can change. Thanks again.
Our next presenters both are fierce and have incredible hair. Here to present the Raddest Jim Henson Episode Award, it's Kuros and Simon Belmont.
Ahem, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to present the award for an award that should be presented by someone with actual stage presence, but alas, here we are.
You say something, Simon?
Oh, nothing. Just admiring how someone can wear that much metal armor and still have hair that perfect.
Hey, don't be jealous. Some of us are just born legendary.
Anyway, we're here to present the award for Raddest Jim Henson episode.
The nominees are
from John Denver and the Muppets, A Christmas Together, Mike Westfall, and Tim Babb.
Watching this the first time, and it was a culture shock. I'm like, Kermit, you don't come in yet. What are you doing?
Yeah,
especially,
right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I remember in the past listening to the album version and being like, why did they save Kermit till the end? Whereas in the special, they're like, we got to get Kermit. We got to give the people what they want right away. Kermit the Frog better be up front.
Right.
This is the first song of the special. They want to see the frog and they want to see him now.
And from Sesame Street Newsflash, Santa Claus, Tim Babb, and Mike Westfall.
See, I don't remember this one at all.
Well, I mean, I was 8 years old at the time. Even though 8 years old, every one of my peers tried to convince me Sesame Street was for babies. What now, jerks? What now, fellow parents in your mid-40s?
Look at me now, huh? Your kid's probably still watching Kai.
Now I drive the school bus.
And the winner is Mike Westfall and Tim Babb for John Denver and the Muppets.
This was Mike's second win tonight, and Tim's first win.
Haha, this is great. I think Mike should talk first. Hey, where are you, Mike? Mike? Huh, I guess he's just in the bathroom or something. Well, I'll just say thank you to the voters and thank you to Mike, but most of all, thank you to Jerry for giving me an excuse to revisit the John Denver and the Muppets special and for having enough Henson-related content on your show that it had its own category. Viva la Muppets! Save Muppet Vision! Save Muppet Vision! Sorry, I promised myself I wouldn't get political. Thank you, everybody.
Mike, can someone check the bathroom for Mike? Oh, they did. Where's Mike?
Typical. Wins an award and suddenly he's too important to show up. Ooh, looking for someone?
Guys, a little help?
You fools! While you were busy celebrating, I was delivering the ultimate gift to myself. 2 of your so-called heroes are now my prisoners.
This just became a rescue mission.
Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after we save Christmas. Oh, you pitiful, squabbling little insects! Did you honestly believe your little award shows could distract you from the inevitable downfall of your precious world? How delightfully naive! While you were busy celebrating your so-called victories, I was busy securing the ultimate prize. Behold, the power that shall crush your hopes and dreams. Yes, I hold the Triforce of power now. Its blinding might surges through me, rendering your feeble heroes nothing more than playthings in my grand design. Imagine it, little ones. Every bit of energy that once fueled your hopes now channeled into my every command. With this power, not only will I dismantle your precious palace of power, but I will also watch with exquisite pleasure as your pathetic alliances crumble beneath my heel. You thought your heroes were invincible? That your petty awards and festive fanfare could stave off destiny? Look upon your captured champions, Link and Mike Westfall, and despair. For soon, my might will be absolute, and every light of hope in your miserable little universe will be snuffed out by my darkness. So go ahead, scramble and flail, rally your minions, and conjure your desperate plans. It matters not, for I have already set the stage for your undoing. The Triforce of power is mine, and with it, I will reshape this world into my own twisted vision of eternal dominion.
Backstage, the room is a makeshift command center. Flickering monitors, scattered blueprints, and festive decorations haphazardly hung amid battle damage. The group of heroes gathers around a scarred table. Their faces are determined as they discuss their next move, while distant chaos echoes from the award stage.
All right, team, the show must go on, and so must we. Mother Brain's got Link and Mike Westfall locked up in her lair, and she's flexing the Triforce of Power. We need to mount a sneak attack on her fortress.
We can't let her run this twisted holiday special any longer. We need a plan to rescue our captured heroes and take back what's rightfully ours.
And I'm sick of watching from the sidelines while our so-called legendary warriors steal the spotlight. I want action. I want style.
Style, substance, and a coordinated assault. I say we split into 2 teams. One to create a diversion at the palace and keep the crowd distracted, and another to infiltrate Mother Brain's fortress.
I can hack into her security systems and disable any electronic defenses from here, provided I'm close enough. We'll need precise timing.
And speaking of timing, what about Dr. Light? He's always been a wizard with machines. Dr. Grinch robot gave me an idea. I say we ask Dr. Light to build us a giant Santa mecha. Imagine a jolly, unstoppable little robot barreling through her fortress, spreading festive justice.
A giant Santa mecha, huh? That's as outrageous as it is brilliant. It'd be the perfect counter to Mother Brain's twisted tricks.
Picture it. A machine clad in red and green with candy cane cannons and a belly full of power. It could smash through her defenses while we sneak in and rescue Link and Mike.
I suppose if Dr. Light can pull off a Santa mecha that even rivals Kuros' legendary looks, I might be impressed.
Don't worry, Simon. There's room for us all in the Hall of Heroes. But right now, we need to focus. Mega Man, get in touch with Dr. Light immediately. Tell him we need his help. Stat.
On it. I'm sending a priority message to him now.
And while we wait for our very own mechanical Santa to arrive, we divide our forces. One team stays here to keep the awards show rolling. We need to maintain order and hope. After all, our fans deserve a happy ending.
Exactly. I'll lead the group holding down the palace. We'll keep the crowd calm and the stage operational. Lana, Kuro, Simon, gather your team for the infiltration. Our target, Mother Brain's fortress. We rescue Link and Mike and dismantle her power source, the Triforce of Power.
Time is of the essence. The longer she has that power, the harder she'll be to stop.
I'll lead the assault team. Simon, you're coming with me. And try not to get too distracted by my hair this time, okay?
I'll do my best, Kuros. But if you keep up that ridiculous swagger, I might just have to outshine you. On purpose.
All right, everyone, the plan is set. Team A, the Palace crew, will keep the awards show running smoothly. We'll have the power team, without Kuros, of course, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Zelda, and Peach here to protect the Christmas podcasters. Team B, the infiltration unit. The N team, Kuros, and Mario will launch a sneak attack on Mother Brain's fortress to rescue our friends and neutralize her power. And meanwhile, we'll get Dr. Light to cook up a giant Santa robot to tip the scales in our favor. Jerry, you'll be in charge of that one.
Message sent. Dr. Light should respond soon.
Then let's get to it. Remember, heroes, we fight not just for ourselves, but for the spirit of the show and for Christmas.
The show must go on, and so must we. Let's move out.
Totally Red. And now, to present the Raddest Christmas TV Special Episode Award, it's Tom Crow and Toad.
Hey-ho, everybody! It's a time to get festive!
That's right. Tonight we're putting the Rad in Christmas TV special. We're about to announce the nominees for the Raddest Christmas TV special episode.
And trust me, these specials are as wacky as a mushroom in a snow globe!
Let's break it down, shall we? Our nominees are, from the Leprechaun's Christmas Gold, we have Sean Robert.
Yeah, I've definitely read that there's shoemakers like in Leprechaun folklore. They were definitely like the cobblers for the Fairyland people. But the in terms of like, I think this was fairly creative in terms of the describing the hole at the end of the rainbow. There's a pot of gold thing. Like they really got into the nuts and bolts of how that works, and I really appreciated that.
Ooh, gold! And a wee bit of Irish luck! Fabulous!
From the Christmas Raccoons, Sean Sotka and Jeremy Phelps.
Well, yeah, it's
everybody's feet were huge though.
I think that was
especially the Ranger.
And they only had 4 fingers.
I didn't even notice that, but that's pretty typical though.
Yeah,
that's why I say cheap animation, because it's cheaper to make with 3 fingers.
That's right.
But
or
3 fingers and a thumb. But even that, the muted colors and all that is absolutely what I love about those nostalgic cartoons.
Very
it just brings me back, especially with Christmas cartoons. It just absolutely love that type of animation.
Those raccoons sure know how to raid a stocking.
From the Smurfs Christmas special, Jeff Lofton.
Hey, fun fact, Jerry. I don't know if you know this about the Smurfs, but in the comic, apparently the town was divided north and south, much like Belgium, and they used the Smurf replacement differently. And so they basically it was like the shout out to the French and Dutch versions, like areas of Belgium. So there was a specific example where it was like a tea kettle or something, and one of them called it a Smurf kettle and the other one called it a tea Smurfer. And so they have this whole weird, interesting language situation, which I love. It's so stupid. It makes no sense.
Blue and Mary, what could be better?
From the Lollipop Dragon, The Christmas Race, Kevin Williams.
But the thing that I like the most, and I don't remember where I found it, but in the early 90s, he did a audio mashup of songs from the Disney's Jungle Book called the Bare Necessities Mega Mix. And it was
nice.
91, that's early in, when mashups were happening, but it took the Bare Necessities and the other big song on there, I Want to Be Like You.
Oh, and King Louie,
it was produced by Simon Cowell, and it got a ton of airplay in England and ended up getting him on Top of the Pops over there.
A race that's sweeter than a candy cane chase. Amazing.
From the Glow Friends Save Christmas, Art Kilmer.
Yeah, I really, I was thinking I would have been interested to show this to my kids when they were younger, because things like that would have just scared the daylights out of them.
That's right.
I would have been interested to their response to that.
Well,
probably would have ruined Christmas.
Glow Friends lighting up the holiday spirit. So rad.
From the Year Without a Santa Claus, Jeff Lawton and Anthony Caruso.
Yeah.
And this is when I go back to continuity and want to bring out the big board where everything's connected. This elf doctor is clearly could have been the elf foreman's brother or cousin or something from Rudolph.
Right.
I just wish there was more continuity between the outfits and Rudolph. Santa Claus is coming to town, and
we can blame that on generations, right? Fashion evolves because they're set at different decades. So
I guess.
Hey, elves have fashion too, Anthony. Come on.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
A Christmas without Santa? Now that's a plot twist even my cap couldn't top.
From Deck the Halls with Wacky Walls, Jeff, Nicholas, and Travis.
It's not like
maybe they have the Star Trek initiative. What is it?
Oh, the Prime Directive?
Prime Directive? Yeah. See?
Maybe.
It is terrifying that that's supposedly the advanced race, right? Like the wacky wall walkers are apparently so advanced that I can't.
Octopi are smart, aren't they?
Sure.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear.
Some of them.
There's that whole theory. I don't know if you guys are aware of that whole theory that they're actually aliens. That's what.
Go on.
That would be people.
I'm not stopping there. I'm not delving into that.
That would be the people who watched this special back in '83 and took it as a documentary.
Could be.
Deck the halls? More like deck them with pure, unadulterated wackiness.
And finally, from A Chipmunk Christmas, Jeff Lofton and Jeremy Phelps.
We're not going to address the absurdity of giving a chipmunk whose lifespan is 3 years a solid gold harmonica, right? We're just gonna brush past that and go on to and just.
So you're saying Dave has some
yeah.
sort of mental illness?
Your words, not mine.
I'm guessing chipmunks live longer in this universe.
Nope. Well, nope. This is just Alvin the 18th.
Tiny critters, big heart, chipmunk cheer, coming at you.
Alrighty, folks. The moment you've all been waiting for.
The winner of the Raddest Christmas TV special episode is...
From the Year Without a Santa Claus, Jeff Lofton and Anthony Caruso.
This is Jeff and Anthony's first win tonight.
Hello, everybody. This is Jeff from the Lost Christmas Podcast. I just wanted to say a very special thank you to everyone who voted and who listened to the episode. Thank you to Jerry and to the other guests. I'm so grateful. This was such a fun episode for the Year Without a Santa Claus. Christmas TV specials sit near and dear to my heart. I watch them every year. I watch the Rankin Bass stuff all the time. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you for voting and for listening. Thanks so much. And come check out my podcast. Thanks.
Wow. I'd like to thank the Academy and the always amazing Jerry D for this award. Here's to many more wins as the evening goes on. Thank you.
And now, introducing the Technical Raddies, it's Jeff Lofton and me, Game Boy.
Last night, Sean Sutka hosted a special ceremony honoring some of the technical achievements in 80s Christmas podcasting.
Here are some highlights of that evening.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sean Sotka of Christmas Podcasts, and I am here for my third year of hosting the Technical Raddies. 3 years, and I still haven't made on the main broadcast, but you're not here to listen to me whine, so let's get into these Technical Raddies. The winner of the Raddest podcast about movie novelizations is Paxton Holly for I Read Movies.
Hello everyone, this is Pax, and I am accepting this Technical Raddie for I Read Movies. I cannot believe I'm finally getting a Raddie. After so many years of being the bridesmaid but never the bride, it's finally happening for me. And in the novelization podcast category, it's like a dream come true. This storied category of the Raddie Awards, as you know, is filled with hundreds of shows with nothing but grade A, top shelf talent. The fact that I was able to overcome the odds to win it this year is just a testament to my hard work in getting this podcast out every month. In fact, I feel it would be a disservice if I didn't take my time here to name check all the other shows that I beat for this honor. Like the Novelization Realization Project, which is a huge inspiration for me, and the Authorized Novelizations podcast. Man, you guys are great. However, I don't know how you can put out so much content. I mean, it's baffling to me. You guys need a nap. And obviously, the Screen to Page podcast for, actually, you know what? Those guys are kind of jerks. They never helped me with anything. Forget I mentioned them. Next up, Movie Books, who keeps doing the books I cover the month after I cover them. Guys, you really need to stop it. Seriously. And you know what? The Movie Novelization Podcast, you cut in front of me at that lunch we had a few months ago. That was rude. Get a better name. How about Script Books? I hate you guys.
For Raddest Drummer, the winner is Dwayne Bailey.
Hi, it's Dwayne here. Wow, this is totally rad. I can't believe I'm standing here holding the Raddest Drummer Award. First off, I'd like to thank my fans. You guys are louder than my drum solos, and that is saying something. And to my family and friends, thanks for always supporting me, even when I decide to practice at 2 a.m. Your patience and earplugs are so much appreciated. Oh, and before I forget, here's a little drummer joke. How do you know if there's a drummer at your door? His knocking speed's up. I love that one. Thank you all so much. Now, let's get back to making some noise.
For Raddest Non-Existent Podcast, the winner is Manny Torres for Feliz Christmas, Merry Navidad.
Look at that. I'm back. I'm back here again. What does CJ call it? Feliz Christmas, Merry Never Post. So, I'm in a class of my own. I don't know if I should be proud or not, but hey, 2 ratties in one night, and this one is just for me. Hey, not bad. Thanks everybody that voted or that didn't, I guess. Woohoo!
The winner of the Raddest 1987 Christmas specials on CBS episode is Matt and Jay from the Purple Stuff podcast.
Hi, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. Matt and Jay couldn't be here, so I'm accepting this award for them. Hopefully they won't be playing zero, and instead they'll be back. Thank you.
For Raddest Hallmark podcast, the winner is John and Daniela from Hit or Miss Hallmark.
Hello, Videoland.
Hello. First of all, we'd like to thank Jerry D and the Totally Rad Christmas Podcast family.
And of course, the Academy.
Clap, clap, clap. We sure didn't intend on winning anything this year, since we've been restructuring our channel.
But we are delighted to have been transported to this digital version of a snow globe to accept your most gracious honor.
I have to say, I am completely starstruck in the presence of the great Captain N. And of course, the Regent, Princess Lana.
Can you see Captain N and Lana as characters in a Hallmark movie?
Oh, for sure. Videoland kind of reminds me of Evergreen or Garland, a place that radiates love for a common theme.
Well, thank you again for making Hit or Miss Hallmark part of your wonderful program.
And we think the Totally Rad Christmas Podcast hits the hallmark.
Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in July.
Bye.
For Raddest Steve Urkel episode, the winner is Matt Urich from TGI Podcast for Have Yourself a Merry Winslow Christmas.
What an honor to receive the Technical Ratty for the Raddest Steve Urkel episode. I gotta say, it's always a blast when I get to come on and talk some of my favorite shows or movies, specials, whatever with Jerry, and getting a chance to talk Steve Urkel and Christmas. I mean, come on, that is right in my wheelhouse. Nothing better than those Christmas episodes on TGIF, so it was really fun to get a chance to talk that with Jerry. And I figured, it's the best way for me to celebrate getting an award for talking about Steve Urkel? It's doing the Urkel dance. So if you don't know, if you want to do the Steve Urkel dance, all you have to do is hitch up your pants, bend your knees, and stick out your pelvis. I'm telling you, baby, it's better than Elvis. So you better do it, so you can celebrate with me with your own version of the Urkel dance. Jerry, thanks again for the award. I love the Raddies, and it's an honor being a part of it.
For the Raddest Sean Talking Raccoons episodes, the winner is shocker, 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 me. And I get another technical ratty. This is actually not a surprise to me. I've been getting these technical ratties for a while, probably why they want me to host this. But I'd like to thank Jerry for at least having me on. It's always a fun time talking to him, even though I give him a bad time about not being on the actual ratty show, that is. Thanks also to everybody else who supports the Christmas podcast and everybody there. So that's pretty much my speech there. I'm going to keep it nice and short because I need to get out of here because, as you can see, we are in this great palace of power in Videoland. Thank you, Princess Lana, for letting us use your beautiful palace here to host the awards. And, can that be? Look at that. It's Captain N. Oh, look at behind him. It's Luigi. And oh, it's Mario! It's Mario! It's Mario! It's Mario!
Totally Red. Presenting the award for Raddest Miscellaneous Episode. It's Princess Peach.
Ho, ho, hello everyone. Welcome to the most delightfully offbeat moment of our night, the Raddest Miscellaneous Episode category. Now, we all know that sometimes the best Christmas magic happens in the unlikeliest places. A cheesy Hallmark flick, a quirky 80s commercial, or even a cookbook that turns dinner into an adventure. Let's unwrap our nominees, shall we? First up, from Hallmark Dreambook 87, giving us the festive antics of the one and only Christmas cousins. Yes, nothing says holiday cheer like a mismatched family reunion of gift-giving mayhem.
Yeah, like a fish that fell in a nuclear pond.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Blinky or someone from The Simpsons.
Right, yeah. It says Happy Mother's Day 1983. I don't know. That's a weird one. That's like a trippy Aquarius one from the 60s that they lost. They found it and put it in the 1987 book.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Next, we have a blast from the past, lesser-known 80s Christmas commercials Part 1, featuring the dynamic duo Vinnie Brzezinski and Nicholas Pepin. Who knew sugar rushes and neon sweaters could be so rad?
That was also back when tacos were like 49 cents.
Right.
I do like Taco Bell, but I did not grow up in a Latin Mexican household.
Right.
But I am also not stupid enough to think that it's, legit Tex-Mex.
Right.
I just like Taco Bell.
We didn't get it until I was like 16 or 17, right? So it was like 96, 97.
Okay.
And if you remember, the Taco Bell then looks a lot different. Ours had like the turquoise blue, and it looked like that cup, that cup that you get. But we used to go in there, and they used to call it the 420 meal.
Then, stirring the pot of holiday wonder from Treasury of Christmas Recipes comes Glenn Warren, proving once again that nothing spices up the season like a secret family recipe and a dash of mystery.
I mean, when I worked at a supermarket, we'd take the French loaf that didn't sell, cut it in half, throw on garlic butter, basically butter with garlic salt and dried parsley, throw that on the bread, throw it in a foil bag, and sell it as garlic bread.
Wow.
Because you'd throw it in the oven for 10 minutes at home, and it
all...
wouldn't matter if it was slightly stale because the butter would melt and all gooey.
Our fourth nominee brings the magic of melody, straight from Disney's Very Merry Christmas songs, presenting Mike Westfall and Charlie Ague. When the classics meet pure, joyful rock and roll, even the snow stops falling to listen.
I remember that one we would always watch, and I don't know, I think my dad probably did it just for the fact that we all loved it, but like when we would watch that cartoon, he'd be on the floor laughing. Like he loved Chip and Dale, like and Donald Duck and all those guys. So like when we watch it, like he would lose it, and his laugh, like once you hear his laugh, it just gets stuck in your head forever. But we would watch it just for the anticipation of his laughter at it,
Nice. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And last but not least, back for an encore of quirky charm. From Hallmark Dreambook 88, we have the ever-endearing combination of the Christmas cousins and the Christmas aficionado. Because when one dose of festive fun isn't enough, you double the joy.
Yeah, that angle of the snow cone would make me nervous. It looks like it's going to drip any second. So
that's right, exactly. That's right.
Well, you're lucky because now you can get it on eBay for $2.99.
Oh, I'm in.
Really?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
We should buy the whole collection for 1988. Oh my goodness. Great. And decorate Seth's tree.
That's a nice hobby to get into.
True.
I actually forgot to mention beforehand, but I own one of the ornaments that's in this cabinet.
Now, my darlings, after careful deliberation by our panel of holiday experts, yes, even the elves had a say, the winner for Raddest Miscellaneous Episode is... from Disney's Very Merry Christmas Songs, presenting Mike Westfall and Charlie Ague.
This is Charlie's first win and Mike's third win tonight.
Hello, Jerry, and all of the listeners of Totally Rad Christmas. This is Charlie from Closer to Christmas. First off, a huge thank you to the Totally Tubular folks who voted for Disney's Very Merry Christmas songs. Winning Raddest Miscellaneous episode is an honor, so I would like to thank you for voting for us, and I would love to thank Jerry for allowing me to come back on his show year after year and discuss Disney. And last but not least, I would love to thank Christmas itself, because let's be real, none of this would be possible without the most magical time of the year. Thank you all, and Merry Christmas.
The workshop is a blend of high-tech machinery and holiday decor. Strings of multicolored lights drape over tools and blueprints. In the center stands a massive red and green mech resembling a giant Santa Claus. Its panels glow with a warm, gamma-powered energy. Dr. Light is tinkering with the control panel when Jerry D steps in.
Doc, this is incredible. So this giant Santa mech, I hear it works just like Gamma. That means it needs a pilot?
Exactly, Jerry. The mech is powered by a gamma reactor system. Raw, unbridled energy that needs constant, precise modulation. Without the right pilot, it could go haywire and launch candy canes into orbit.
Candy canes in orbit. Now that's a holiday special no one asked for. So who's our man? We need someone with nerves of steel and a bit of holiday spirit to handle this beast.
I've been working on the interface. It's tuned to respond to specific brainwave patterns. Rapid shifts in energy require a pilot who can think on their feet while embracing a little festive chaos. Captain N crossed my mind, but he's busy with the attack.
What about Mega Man? He's practically a walking battery pack, but then again, he might be too delicate when it comes to holiday hijinks?
Perhaps. The ideal candidate would be someone unexpected. Someone who thrives on improvisation and doesn't mind a bit of chaos. Gamma systems are unforgiving. The pilot must balance technical precision with a touch of madness. In short, someone who can make Santa's sleigh look like a toy by comparison.
Right now, our whole operation is one big merry mayhem, Doc. If this mech takes to the skies, it's our best counter to Mother Brain's twisted plans. I can already see it. Giant, jolly, and gamma-powered, charging into battle like a holiday miracle.
Once I finish calibrating the system, we'll have the option of remote piloting. But nothing beats the direct experience of being in the cockpit. Feeling every surge of energy as you guide this behemoth, I'll need to run final diagnostics. Then we can start recruiting our pilot.
You know, Doc, I always imagined nothing could be more rad than a giant Santa clashing with evil, but if it means saving the holiday and our heroes, count me in. Though I might need a helmet the size of a wrapped present if I ever volunteer.
I'll keep that in mind, Jerry. For now, just know that once we have the mech online and a pilot ready, we'll light up the battlefield like a Christmas tree in Times Square.
Here's to making sure that this Christmas Mother Brain gets a visit from a gamma-powered Santa, delivered with style.
Totally Rad. Here to present the award for Raddest Christmas Adjacent Movie Episode, it's Luigi and Princess Zelda.
Hello, everyone. It's a time for the category that's as offbeat as a snowman in the desert. The Raddest Christmas Adjacent Movie Episode.
That's right. These movies may not be wrapped up in full holiday cheer, but they sure bring a sprinkle of Christmas magic, even if it's just a glimmer of tinsel on the side.
Some of these films are almost a Christmas. Like they try to put a Santa hat on their story and say, hey, maybe we're festive enough.
Indeed, and tonight we celebrate those near-miss masterpieces. Let's unwrap our nominees.
First up, it's a vice versa. We have the duo of Tim Williams and Nicholas Pepin.
That was back in the era where, like, if you did like a bad movie, like you went to movie jail. And,
Yeah, it was hard to get out. Yeah.
And once you were there, it was hard to.
Yeah. I will say, like, I will say, like, this one, like most body swapping movies, and I think this one it was most evident, is that the adult acts like a child, but doesn't act like the child he's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, he just becomes childish, but he doesn't really have the personality of the kid. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's just doing, wild things that a kid would do.
Next, from Funny Farm, we have Danny Davila.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was my first exposure to Sousa, and later on I figured that out and got all excited. But
What do I remember is watching it a lot as a kid. I don't know if it was on HBO.
HBO, yeah. Like
we
all
watched
the time.
heck out of that movie.
All
Just
the time.
Constantly. And actually, for most of my life, I thought it was a Christmas movie.
Then, from the cosmos itself, The Last Starfighter, a nomination courtesy of Tim, Joe, and Chad.
So I think that's like going back to when you were saying like those creatures didn't scare us. I think because we had seen, I think for me, because I'd seen Star Wars so many times, seeing different creatures didn't freak me out as much because I'd kind of seen that already. So, I agree. I think they did seem to coexist pretty well.
Let's feel sad though for the people of Rylos because there is a they balled very easily.
I'm getting there.
Even the women.
Yes,
I mean, it was.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I'm not. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Yeah.
But
From The Princess Bride, presented by the incomparable Saturday Morning Mafia.
Probably in junior high, maybe early high school. I saw it. Probably it was rented at a friend's house. I don't remember the first time I saw it. I just remember seeing it so many times. So I have no idea where I first saw it, which, I mean, I should be banished from this podcast. But I just do not remember where.
Yeah, I can't remember my first time seeing it. Although rewatching it for this episode, I watched it with my 11-year-old girl, and she's never seen it before, so I got to see it for the first time, watching her watch it for the first time.
And the last but not the least, from Toys, we bring you Sean Sotka and Jeremy Phelps.
Dumbledore!
As the general, yeah, that's...
It took me a few minutes to realize, like, I kind of recognize that guy. I heard the voice, so I went on IMDb. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Dumbledore.
Well, he does have a little mustache.
Yeah.
Anyone's younger.
He does make some sounds that he makes as Dumbledore too, that you can kind of hear it in the movie.
He still has British accent, which they reference in the movie. You know, why this American general have a British accent? But
they do.
You did raise me in Britain. You would have to raise me in Britain in my formative years. Yes.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Drum roll, please.
From The Princess Bride, the Saturday Morning Mafia. Hey, papo!
So, the Saturday Morning Mafia couldn't be here. I guess I'm accepting the award for them now. Why they wanted me, Donkey Kong, to accept the award on their behalf is beyond me. They better give me some bananas for this one. I guess. Thanks.
Once again, straight from Congo land, it's Donkey Kong presenting the Raddest Clue Episode Award.
Ha, lame boy, I was already on stage. Hello, everyone. Donkey Kong here to drop some knowledge and a little mystery on you. It's time for the Raddest Clue Episode category. Now listen up, my primate pals. This isn't your average whodunit. We've got 2 killer nominees battling it out for the title of Most Rad Clue Episode. Our first nominee hails from Clue and Whodunit, the Clue documentary, brought to you by the one and only Jeff C. Smith.
There is a 4th ending to Clue that they wrote, and it's in the novelization, and it's even the storybook. And they filmed it, and so I asked him, what was that? He goes, I don't remember. I just remember it wasn't very good, so we cut it. And I thought, that's so funny, but that's such a movie thing. You've done a lot where something that means so much to all of us. Like, how could you not know?
Right.
You hear actors say that all the time. People come up and like throw quotes at them, and they're like, is that?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, I said that one day, 35 years ago.
And our second contender comes from Clue Ending B, a twisty-turny masterpiece by Ken Kessler and Matt Spalding.
Everyone here is comedy gold. Martin Mull,
yeah.
Michael McKean. Everything he does in this movie is just fantastic, and it's like the only one of them that to me is of the main cast is nobody. Is I don't know the lady that played Mrs. Peacock from anything.
Eileen Brennan.
Yeah.
I think she was an Academy Award nominee at that point.
From Private Benjamin, yeah.
Oh, she was from Private Benjamin, right. Mhm.
Sure, but the rest of them are all all these people are hysterically funny. And all their line deliveries are great.
Yeah.
I had always just loved Madeline Kahn. And I would have gone to see this if I didn't know anybody else in the movie. I would have gone to see it because she was in it.
Now, when it comes to Clue, you got to have mystery, you got to have suspense, and of course, a little bit of banana peel slip-up humor. After some serious deliberation, okay, maybe a little friendly monkey business, the judges have spoken, and the winner for the raddest Clue episode is Ken Kessler and Matt Spalding for Clue Ending B.
This is Matt and Ken's first win tonight.
Hi, this is Ken from the Sounds of Christmas Station and Podcast. I was so excited to even be on the episode of the Totally Rad Christmas Podcast to talk about one of my favorite non-Christmas movies, Clue. Then I thought there was only one thing that could make that better.
One thing.
And then to be nominated for a Ratty for that episode was even better.
This is incredible! Not so incredible as what happened next.
And what happened next was that listeners to this podcast actually voted so that I won a Ratty, along with Santa Ambassador Matt Spalding from North Pole Radio. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you
so much.
Thanks for listening to the Totally Rad Christmas Podcast, and extra thanks to Jerry D for inviting me on in the first place and for keeping the spirit of Christmas alive all year long.
Wow, greatest Clue episode. I am so honored. I want to take a moment to thank the Totally Rad Academy for granting me this incredible award. I am so honored to be here. But while I have everybody's attention, I would like to make a little speech to draw attention to a very important issue, specifically the issue of LED Christmas lights, and specifically the colored ones and the white ones, and how they just don't have that traditional, warm, inviting Christmas glow of the incandescent... Wait a minute, why are you playing that music? I'm not done yet. People need to know. What are you doing with that giant hook? No, I need
A thick fog passes over a dark, pulsating fortress, adorned with tendrils of organic machinery and eerie, flickering lights. Outside, the N-Team, Kuros and Mario, surge forward with determination. The sound of clashing energy and metallic groans echoes as they breach corridors, teeming with biomechanical drones and mutated guardians.
Team, remember our objective. Rescue our captured friends and neutralize Mother Brain's power source. Stay together and watch for traps.
Keep your eyes peeled. Mother Brain's defenses are relentless.
I'm off to find a leak and a mic.
They should be in the tower. That's where they held me when you first got here, Kevin. Remember? Take a fire flower and set them free.
They push forward through twisting corridors until they reach a grand, deteriorating hall. Suddenly, a massive energy barrier shimmers before them. On a raised dais, Mother Brain appears, clutching the glowing Triforce of power. Her voice booms through the hall.
You dare challenge me with the Triforce of power of my command? You're nothing but insect.
We won't stand for this villainy.
A fierce battle erupts. The heroes launch coordinated attacks, but Mother Brain's dark energy shield absorbs their strikes. Energy blasts, ricochet off the barrier, and one by one the heroes falter under the overwhelming power of the Triforce.
Her power is like a tidal wave of kiss.
Fall back. We need to regroup. This assault isn't working. Hopefully, Mario got our friends out of there.
Amidst chaotic clashes and the relentless assault of Mother Brain's defenses, the team is forced into a hasty retreat. Alarms blare, and the fortress trembles as the heroes pull back to a secure alcove.
Someone say my name. I'm here, and I bought the 2 jailbirds. Here's a mic and a link.
We're being overwhelmed. Her power, it's too much.
All units, we're retreating. Mother Brain with the Triforce is just too much for us.
As the team gathers, Mike Westfall, recently rescued from captivity in a separate skirmish, manages to break free of his restraints. He rushes to join the huddle with Captain N, Kuros, and Mario.
Oh, by the way, remember Link's silver arrow? It was taken back at Death Mountain. We should probably go get it. And maybe grab some superstars too. You know, fighting's easier when you're invincible. Just saying.
Superstars. Why didn't we think of that? The silver arrow, though. That's our one chance to break her shield.
Then we're not done yet. This defeat is temporary. We regroup, retrieve that arrow, and return with renewed strength.
Our retreat isn't surrender, it's strategic. We'll regroup and bring Mother Brain down once and for all. Mike, good idea. We'll get that silver arrow, and then it's back to the fight.
The team exchanges determined looks. Despite the crushing setback, their resolve is unbroken. They begin moving out, retreating through the labyrinthine corridors of the fortress, with new hope ignited by Mike's revelation.
Stay sharp and keep moving. Death Mountain holds our key to victory. We'll be back, and next time Mother Brain won't know what hit her.
Totally Red. Presenting the award for Raddest Comic Book Episode, it's Luigi.
It's me, Luigi. And I gotta say, folks, a few things in life are exciting as a good comic book, except maybe a perfectly baked lasagna. But tonight, we're here to honor the raddest episode dedicated to the glorious Christmas stories from the world of comics. You know, I tried reading a comic about myself, but it just had a Mario hugging all the pages. It's not easy being the player too, in the printed pages, let me tell you. But enough about my woes. Let's talk about the nominees. For the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo. And we have Tim, Laramie, and Nicholas.
Yeah, he passes a cop car, and they go, "Hey, look, there's that truck that was reported stolen."
Stolen.
And I love how they just go, "Oh, hey, that's that truck." No, pay attention to, hey, the doors are wide open on the back,
Right.
and there's a huge
The front's crushed in.
front of it.
Crushed in, yeah.
And the cops were like, "Hey, we can get some free Orphan Annie dolls."
Yeah,
or
they're talking about
Orphan Alien
Oh,
dolls.
yeah, they do say that. Yeah.
Grab a doll for my kid.
Right. It's the hottest toy of the season. But also, like, I'm just surprised.
Look, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the end.
Yeah, go
Let's
for it.
not past the fact that the turtles technically steal these toys.
From Archie's Christmas stocking number 500, it's a Jeff Lofton.
Yeah, so a good way, like for those of you who didn't grow up with comics, a good way to think about this is imagine trying to keep up with every episode of every show that ever came out by the same publisher on Netflix, right? And all the streaming. So like every time a publisher puts one out, if they were all like sequentially numbered, that's what this is. So after 40 years, we're trying to remember all the episodes from everything that Funimation put out or something.
For I'll be doomed for Christmas, it's a Jeff Lofton and a CM Chuck.
Yeah, because I didn't get anything that I didn't know about that till you said it, Jared. But I didn't get anything from this story that led me to believe it was in an alternate. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and the buildings were even the proper names, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, they didn't like rename the buildings either because he landed. Well, spoilers, yeah, but for a 30-year-old comic. Sorry.
That's right. That's right. I think it's probably okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The Avengers Mansion and the Fourplex, which I'm not super familiar with Fantastic Four lore.
Well,
but
it's normally
that
the
sounds
Baxter Building.
Baxter Building, right?
And finally, for Transformers UK Comics Christmas Issues Part 2, it's Jersey Rhodes.
So I feel like there's something similar in the UK comics in their visual style. Now, Jeff Senior is another artist who did the UK comics that I would say he's much more graphical in his approach, and I adore Jeff Senior's work.
Okay.
But like this comic, who drew it? This is by
let's see, this
Jeff
one?
Anderson and
Jeff
even
Anderson,
Baker's.
yeah.
So, but it feels like it's echoing the kind of like visual language that like Andrew Wildman introduced as well. So,
And the winner is... Well, what do you know? It's a Jersey Rhodes in the Transformers Okay, Comics Christmas Issues Part 2.
This is Jersey's first win tonight.
Wow. The raddest comic book episode. How about this? Holy moly. What an honor to be voted for the raddest anything. Much less an episode of a podcast about talking about comics, which is something that when I was a kid, I got in trouble for. Like, I actually had a teacher who called my parents on the phone and said, I'm worried about your son. I think he's going to be a juvenile delinquent. And they said, what? What did he do? And he said, he's drawing Spider-Man all over his homework. And now I want to go back in time and say, Mr. Hogue, I won a Ratty for talking about comics. And I have to give credit to Jerry for, first of all, for inviting me to be on the episode where we talked about Christmas Transformers comics. But also, I mean, like, Jerry just like leads by really terrific example by being like a really sincere and wholesome person. And as I think about the episode in question that got nominated and voted upon for this award, it was so fun talking with him about Sad Starscream, but then also about like the parts of comics that do things that other media doesn't. So like Jerry, I think very astutely pointed out like sound design, but then we talked about like images that capture before, middle, and after all at the same time. Go back and listen to the episode. I mean, well, you don't need to. You voted for it. You listened to it. You enjoyed it. But I mean, it might be worth going back and listening to Jerry's really wonderful insights on Optimus Prime and Starscream with the Christmas blues. And then my weird, sort of focusing on how comics are so neat because they do things that other media don't. But even if you don't go back and listen, I'm just so grateful that you thought the discussion was good. I'm so grateful to Jerry for letting me into his podcast, house and play around with ideas with them. I would love to do it anytime, Jerry. And I'm so grateful that, you liked it enough to give it a high five via a Ratty Award. So thanks again, everybody.
Meanwhile, back at Metroid.
Ooh, I just love the sound of a plan coming together. Look at those pathetic heroes, beaten, scrambling, desperate. The Triforce of Power is mine. My genius is unmatched, and soon all of Videoland will bow before Mother Brain. But your brainness, what about the Totally Rad Christmas Awards? Ain't they still doing the show? Of course they're still doing the show, you half-witted sack of lard. But why should they get all the attention when I'm the true star of the night?
Oh, I like where this is going. Maybe we could crash the party and...
We're not just crashing it, you moldy vegetable. I'm taking it over. Turn on the glitch ray.
Now, to present the award.
Oh, isn't this adorable? All you little losers clapping and cheering like any of this matters? Well, guess what? The only awards that matter are the ones about power, which is why I'm introducing a brand new, totally unchallenged category. It's time for the award for most powerful queen. And wouldn't you know it, the only nominee is me! Oh, this is just the beginning, fools. First I take you awards, next I take all of Videoland, and there's nothing you can do about it.
So, do we just keep going, or, Yeah, let's just keep going. Jerry, you should probably warp over and check on Dr. Light, and hopefully all these shenanigans don't affect CJ's after-party planning. He did promise it would be the dopest thing ever.
Totally Red.
Backstage at the Raddies has now become a high-tech command center within the palace, filled with glowing monitors displaying various security feeds. Tyrone, Quirk, Bigfoot, and Max Force are all stationed at their respective posts, scanning for any sign of another Mother Brain attack.
How are things going, Tyrone?
All clear for now, Princess. No sign of another Mother Brain transmission, and the Grinch Mecha is still down for the count.
Good. We can't afford another surprise attack. Everything hinges on keeping the palace secure. How's Sector 7 looking, Quirk?
Let me tell ya, if Mother Brain tries anything funny, she'll be dealing with a real bruiser.
If she gets past the outer defenses, I can be at the gates in seconds.
Excellent, Bigfoot.
I've recalibrated the security grid. If anything even twitches near the perimeter, we'll know.
Great job, Max. Excellent work, all of you. Stay vigilant. We have to keep the N-Team's path clear while they recover the Silver Arrow.
Graciously presenting the Raddest Gag Me with a Spoon Impression Award, it's the effervescent Princess Zelda!
All right, everyone. Let's keep things moving. I am here to present the award for Raddest Gag Me with a Spoon Impression, which, totally sounds like a category someone just made up to stall for time, but is not apparently. But, as it turns out, some of our esteemed guests have a real talent for delivering the most tubular, like, totally radical impressions. So without further ado, here are the nominees. For ER, it's William Bruce West and Adam Pope.
Yeah, so this is part the middle part of the running gag of the doctor who's getting a ticket. His car is caught out in the snow. Just a dull man with a mustache. That's what we're dealing with here. So he comes out from the cold again, and he just says, "Oh, why? Why would a cop going around with snow up to his navel give a ticket to a car stuck in a drift?" And you're like, okay, thanks for nothing. See ya.
Well, see, I guess my least favorite is also kind of my favorite because, you can see it coming a mile away. But it was when Dr. Scheinfeld's interacting with Martha Quinn and, before that, when he's talking to his daughter, and he's getting this, download of everything going on in music and MTV, you just know, it's telegraphing, he's gonna screw that up somehow. Mm-hmm. So he meets Martha Quinn, he goes, "She was gonna ask you all about that war with the sick tiger. Did you mean Def Leppard?"
For Nicholas, the boy who became Santa, it's Tom Crow and Art Kilmer.
And he just has this brilliant monologue, if not brilliant, but just over the top scenery chewing villain moment, where he says, he starts to comfort the woodcutter at first, and he's like, there, old man, I'll see to it. And then he finds out, he says, "Because Draco has promised them to me." I was like, oh no.
The semi-racist Draco was also my gag me at this point.
Okay.
Yes, same. Yeah.
The children belong to me!
For Dinosaucers, there's no such thing as Stego-Claus. It's Sean Robert.
His first introduction statement is the one that just oh my god, and I think it's because it's like you said, it's the cabbie thing, and it's also kind of it's kind of got a mobster thing to it.
Right.
So Bonehead is talking about his bright red nose and kind of flicking him on the nose, and he's like, "Don't knock it if you ain't tried it, Mac. It's what got me my job, see?" I don't know, I would love to be able to speak where I ended sentences in C.
Right.
Just want to be that guy.
Big Boss could do it.
Totally.
And finally, for John Denver and the Muppets. A Christmas Together, it's Mike Westfall and Tim Babb.
It's gotta be Floyd at the beginning saying, "I think it should say peace on earth, goodwill toward men and women and chicken and bears and Dizzy Gillespie."
that was good.
Well, I think it's when Piggy's on the phone with her agent, and she's like, "We have 20 words. Do you know what 10% of 20 words is? 2, and here they are." Yes.
And the winner is... Mike Westfall and Tim Babb for John Denver and the Muppets.
This is Mike's third win and Tim's second win tonight.
Okay, this time Mike should go first. Where's he at? Is he still in the bathroom? I knew we shouldn't have stopped at Chipotle before the show. Well, I have to say, Mike definitely carried this one. While I did a pretty good Miss Piggy impression on the day, my mic ducked my audio when I tried to shout, "You're fired," so it sounded like I was bleeped for saying something inappropriate. I swear I wasn't. All I said was, "You're fired." But while I'm very grateful for this award, I'm fully aware that I'm just riding Mike's coattails.
Whoa, I knew you were working on something big for this mech, Doc, but I didn't expect this.
I had to think outside the box, Jerry. If Mother Brain has the Triforce of power, brute force alone won't be enough to stop her. But a combination of strength, strategy, and holiday spirit, that might just do the trick.
Right, but how do I actually drive this thing?
The Santa Mech is based on my Gamma prototype, but with some seasonal upgrades. The left gauntlet is equipped with a Candy Cane Crush, a powerful melee strike. The right hand fires gift-wrapped grenades. They explode into tinsel and flashbang light bursts to disorient enemies. The boots have a chimney stomp, a seismic shockwave attack, and of course, flight mode, powered by an experimental sleigh propulsion system.
Okay, I like it. Real Robo-Rudolph vibes here.
And the most important part, the control system. You'll control movement with the power gloves in the armrests. The interface is designed to respond to gestures and voice commands, making piloting as intuitive as possible.
Voice commands, huh? What if I panic and just start yelling ho 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 over and over again?
Then the mech will deploy emergency cheer mode, which...
Wait, what?
Releases an emergency barrage of fruitcake missiles and plays a rousing rendition of Jingle Bell Rock at full volume.
Okay, not gonna lie, I kinda love that. Doc, I got one more request.
Of course. What is it?
Can we, tweak the look a little, make him less traditional Santa and more rad Santa?
Rad Santa?
Yeah, like my buddy, sunglasses, neon accents, maybe like totally gnarly beard with streaks of green and red.
Well, I do have some customization options.
Oh, there we go. That's it. Make him look like a Santa who snowboards into battle and knows the best Christmas mixtape tracks of all time.
I must admit, Jerry, this is the most unconventional project I've ever worked on.
Doc, you just built a battle mech shaped like Santa Claus. We passed conventional like 3 exits ago.
Totally red. Talk about a dynamic duo is Donkey Kong and Toad presenting the award for Raddest Most Bonkers Theory.
Geez, who keeps giving me these giant podiums? I can barely see over this thing.
You could always sit on my shoulder, little guy.
Yeah, great idea, because nothing says professionalism like announcing an award while being held like a coconut.
Hey, at least you wouldn't have to jump.
Right. Real funny, DK. You know what's actually funny? This next category, because I've read the nominees, and these theories are so bonkers, they make my mushroom cap spin.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some wild things in my time. Barrels that explode, floating platforms, a plumber who can grow twice his size just by eating a flower. But these theories, these are on another level.
Here are the nominees for the Raddest Most Bonkers Theory. Jeff Lofton. Azrael is the Angel of Death from the Smurfs Christmas Special.
Yeah, just super coincidental that his cat named the Angel of Death happens to knock something open, right? I mean, we're not going to talk about Azrael being the Angel of Death. That's cool. That's fine.
I mean, we might as well. There's demons in this, right? So
it's low-hanging fruit. So I figure, who was really responsible for the bad guy showing up in this episode?
Well, technically it was Azrael. It wasn't Gargamel.
Oh yeah, nothing says holiday cheer like a deep dive into mortality and celestial entities.
Jeff Lofton and CM Chuck. Reindeer have that black tar goo in them from I'll Be Doomed for Christmas.
I love we got Rudolph here too. Rudolph doesn't always come out, but Rudolph is here in this pack of reindeer. And he tells him,
mouthy.
Yeah, nice going, tin head.
Yeah.
His eyes also are creepy. They're like all
Yeah.
black, you know, like he's I don't know what's up with his eyes, but man, he's got something. I'd go have that checked out. Maybe some Visine or something. I don't know.
Right.
Clear that up.
Yeah, maybe it's maybe it's frostbite.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe the reindeer are completely blind, but they have like heightened senses, and I don't know.
Or it's like that black tar stuff from
Yeah.
X-Files, right? You
That's
know?
right.
Oh, yeah, nice. He's also got, years of arrogance now after saving
That's
saving
true. I mean,
Christmas
he
that
saved
one time.
Christmas. That's
He's
right.
turned, he's got the Gambit eyes now.
That's right.
Wait, so you're telling me Santa's reindeer might be running on symbiote fuel? This one's got layers, people.
Jeff Lofton and Jeremy Phelps. Dave constantly replaces chipmunks / the harmonica is brass plated / Tommy has a fading disease or is a grifter from a chipmunk Christmas.
That's it.
Because Dave hasn't changed.
That's right. Dave's the
Since
same
81,
person.
yeah.
He's just more curmudgeon-y.
Yeah.
Because he's
like,
been dealing with
I gotta
chipmunks for
train
50
another
years.
chipmunk. Come on.
We've cracked the code.
It's a soft metal. Yeah.
Right. Like that seems.
Maybe it's
ridiculous.
only 10 karat.
There you go.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe it's gold plated.
It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 karat electroplate.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just gold paint.
Let's
Dave. By Elvin the 18th, it's no longer real.
That's right. He's like,
It's like
I'm
it's
not
like
spending that
cardboard and
money
spray
anymore.
paint.
Alvin is buried with the
It's a kazoo, not a harmonica.
the golden harmonica. You know? It could
Well,
be
maybe he's got like a fading disease and is going to become one of the Pac-Man ghosts if he's not careful, right?
he can get this kid some power pellet stat.
You promised we'd loop it in. We're looping it in. But
I hope so. Yeah, I really
Let's
do.
do Interesting.
That was.
I'm of two minds about Tommy, right? So either one, he and his parents are running a grift, right? Which I think is totally.
Could be.
I think
It could
that's
be.
totally viable.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
two, the harmonica was actually like aluminum, which is absorbent. It soaks up like heavy metals, and so he had heavy metal
Oh, maybe he had
poisoning.
heavy metal toxicity.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I like
So-
that.
We're talking conspiracy level Christmas chaos.
Jeff, Nicholas, and Travis. The Wall Walkers are Cthulhu spawn from Deck the Halls with Wacky Walls.
You
Where
know?
they found scraps.
Yeah, they're
right?
like scavengers.
abandoned ships. Yeah.
Thinking the next plot for the next Alien movie.
That how they reproduce?
Ooh, maybe
They're like
they
face huggers?
evolved into the face huggers, right?
Yeah, or vice versa. Maybe the face
Or vice
huggers
versa, yeah.
evolve into the wall walkers.
I saw him as kind of like a Cthulian children that just got shipped off into space. He was like, "Nah, get out of here." Cast off into this random planet.
You know, I thought those little dudes were weird, but Eldritch Horror weird.
Jeff Lofton and Anthony Caruso. Dr. Elf has a gambling problem from the Year Without a Santa Claus.
Yeah, you know what it was? I bet he had some money down that Santa wasn't going to work that year. I bet that's what it was. He's a degenerate gambler.
I'm into that.
See, the
I like
story's unraveling right now. We've got it.
He has like a
Just
huge
pulling that
racing
thread.
debt, and so his,
That's right.
The loan
He
sharks
lost
are
some money
after
on
him
the
now.
reindeer races, and like things were going south at the track.
Oh man! Imagine if he gave Jingle and Jangle the route that took him past the Miser Brothers.
That's right.
Look, I knew that guy looked shifty. No way he's running a legit practice up there in the North Pole.
Jeff Lofton. Jughead is connected to the Speed Force from Archie's Christmas stocking number 500.
Interesting. I was thinking more like what if he was an alien and sometimes just like got his like holographic like image wrong.
Image inducer.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he ate all the time. He had to like keep the energy going for it.
That's right. Or something with the Speed Force, right? He's like the Flash.
Speed Force. Yeah,
He's the Flash, and he has
he's
to just
Wally
keep
West.
the calories.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
Finally, a theory that explains how that dude can eat a mountain of burgers and never gain a pound.
And the winner of Raddest Most Bonkers Theory is... Whoa, okay, this one was destined to win. It's Jeff Lofton and Jeremy Phelps. Dave constantly replaces chipmunks / the harmonica is brass plated / Charlie has a fading disease or is a grifter from a chipmunk Christmas.
This is Jeff's second win and Jeremy's third win tonight.
Hello, everybody. This is Jeff from the Lost Christmas Podcast. I wanted to send a very special thank you to all of you and to Jerry. One, for listening to all of my fantastic theories and connectivity that I have between universes. I think it's super fun. Thank you for the wildest theory, and I appreciate the award very much. It's something that I really love. I love to connect these things in my brain, and thank you for Jerry for giving me the opportunity to come on and spread some of this nonsense that I have in my brain. Thanks, everybody.
I am honored to win another Ratty, but let's be honest, this was all Jeff, baby. And speaking of bonkers, how bonkers was that giant Grinch robot attacking? Oh my gosh. And speaking of bonkers, it's just so wild to be here in Videoland with Mario and Donkey Kong. And is that a Goomba down there directing traffic? I see it, but I don't believe it. Anyway, thanks guys, it's an honor.
The N Team, joined by Kuros, Mario, Link, and Mike Westfall, carefully navigate the rocky, glowing red terrain of Death Mountain. Steam hisses from cracks in the stone, and the glow of molten lava casts eerie shadows across the cave walls. Their goal: retrieve the Silver Arrow, the only weapon that can stop Mother Brain from the heart of the dungeon.
All right, guys, the arrow should be deep in this cavern, but I don't have an exact location. It's like the signal's being blocked.
It figures, evil layers never make it easy to find the one thing you can do to take them down.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's not just gonna be lying around next to a Take One sign.
Then we'll have to carve our way through. Stay sharp, everyone.
Mamma mia! I hate these little bad guys. Why do they always have to go for the face?
Someone tell me these things don't eat gear because I've just got this.
They do, so keep your distance. Focus on keeping a path clear. We need to move fast.
I think Link's got something. He wants us to head that way.
The silent guy says go. We go!
The team fights their way through the enemy horde and rushes down the tunnel. The enemy is unable to keep up. The passage narrows, leading to a massive chamber with an ornate stone pedestal at the center. Resting in the pedestal is the Silver Arrow, its tip shimmering with an otherworldly glow.
There it is! The Silver Arrow! If it's this well guarded, there's no way it's unprotected.
Yeah, cue the giant monster, right?
Oof! It's a Goma! It's I! That's gotta be the weak spot! We need an opening.
Wait, me? You want me to grab the Silver Arrow? Oh man, I am not the chosen one type.
Just grab it, Passiano.
Mike, now!
Mike hesitates for a split second, then raises the Silver Arrow. It glows with an intense light. He aims, takes a deep breath, and fires straight into Goma's eye. The arrow pierces through, and with a final shriek, Goma explodes into light. The team shields their eyes as the dust settles. The chamber is silent once more.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
Told you had it in you.
That was a super performance.
We have what we came for. Now, let's return to the palace before more of those creatures show up.
Not yet. I got to call a Toad and have him meet us in the Mushroom Kingdom. We got to get us a superstar.
Totally Red. Ever stylish, ever graceful, it's the lovely Princess Peach here to present the award for Raddest Christmas podcast guest host.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all having a totally rad time tonight.
Now, we all know a great Christmas podcast is only made better when a guest host joins the fun, whether it's to drop knowledge, share memories, or debate the deep and questionable meaning behind our favorite holiday specials. So, tonight, we celebrate the raddest Christmas podcast guest host, and the nominees are, from Disney's Very Merry Christmas songs, Mike Westfall and Charlie Ague.
Oh, I remember that. That's the Donald Duck one where Chip and Dale are trying to get into Donald Duck's log cabin while he's making popcorn. He's making like the Jiffy Pop over the fireplace.
Which I thought was a nice touch where they're talking about corn, brought some corn for Poppin'. And it's
well done.
Right.
Yeah, they definitely selected the right clips for this one.
They totally did.
Well, except for the next one with Bongo the bear.
Bongo,
because it snowed for 5 seconds, so it's just like, put that in there. All right.
They just searched their database for snow. Yep, we got
basically, it. I wonder how that worked.
From Dolly, A Down Home Country Christmas, CJ Bellinger, and Ashley Dunbar.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was like a wool, really nice blouse, and I was like, is that an 80s thing? Because I don't think I've ever seen something like that.
It could have been. It was probably very stylish for the time. I'm sure not many people were wearing it, but Dolly could get away with it.
Dolly could, yeah.
I love the pattern. It reminded me of one of the dresses my daughters wore one Christmas. It kind of came back, almost like that plaid. I'm not even sure if you call it that. That green, red,
It's tartan.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
They had a dress like that, and it reminded me of it. And simpler times, but yeah, I love the dress. It was very Christmassy. It was very Dolly.
From Clue, Ending B, Ken Kessler and Matt Spalding.
Part of the movie, you know what I mean?
I do. I see what you're saying.
There's not a lot going on there. There's not a lot of jokes in there. It's kind of funny, like and Mr. Green kind of not wanting to go up the stairs together. Neither one of them wanted to go up the stair. You go first. Eventually, we get Wadsworth walking into the shower. What?
Right.
Another door?
Because the power's turned off, right?
And it also sort of shows that each one of them is kind of afraid to be alone with one other.
From Superbook, The First Christmas, Tom Crow and Art Kilmer.
I'm glad they actually, in both of these, they make Herod so beyond redemption. There's no way you can like the guy.
I learned in college, I can't remember what class it was now, might have been when I was taking Greek, but there was a saying about Herod that it was better to be his pig than to be his son. Yeah, because he had all of his kids killed and he was threatened by him, and
he's just
nice guy.
From Sesame Street Newsflash, Santa Claus, Mike Westfall and Tim Babb.
They called the cops first. Kermit was listening to the police blotter radio station. Just like, no, ma'am, you want a chimney sweep. So Kermit's just like, ooh.
But clearly, either he's been there a while, or somehow he passed Kermit, because he didn't come from the top of the chimney, as we'll find later. He must have come up from the bottom of the chimney to clear out the thing that's stuck in the chimney.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So he was there before Kermit.
So he was there before Kermit, and he was just kind of noodling up there trying to clean it.
Or he somehow passed this blockage on the way down, which makes no sense.
No.
From Elvira, Anthony Caruso.
Which, let's talk about how they restored it, because there's this whole montage where they're painting it, and like the Teenage Boys are there every day because they show Elvira bending over, like painting the porch or working on the porch, and they're all just admiring her from behind and everything. But when the house is finally done after this montage, Elvira's like, and you think it's gonna look bad, and it does. It's all these different grading colors, but she's like, it's perfect.
And the winner is Mike Westfall and Tim Babb for Sesame Street.
This is Mike's fourth win and Tim's third win tonight.
Are you kidding me? Is he still not here? Okay, seriously, I'm getting concerned here. Unless Mike is actually leading a double life as Batman, I don't think he'd want to miss this. Especially because there's no way people voted me as the best Christmas podcast host. I've checked the rankings. I'm 10th at best. So once again, I am just riding Mike's coattails to victory. So I dedicate this award to Mike's coattails. Thank you for being so awesome and having enough room for me. Merry Christmas. Keep laughing all the way.
A shimmering green warp pipe emerges from the ground with a whoosh. One by one, Mario, Link, Mike Westfall, Kuros, and the N-Team pop out, landing in the Mushroom Kingdom. Bright green hills stretch across the landscape, dotted with question blocks, Goombas waddling aimlessly, and Koopa Troopers patrolling their turf.
Man, it's been a while since I've been here. I forgot how bright everything is.
Ugh, this place is an assault on the eyes. Too much primary color.
Hey, you get used to it, pal. Now, let's go get the superstar before a mother brain realizes we took a detour.
Mario, is hitting blocks actually necessary for this mission?
Not really, but it's fun.
I know these things are evil, but it still feels wrong watching Link slice them up like that.
Goombas bounce back. They always do.
So where's this all-powerful star you mentioned?
Toad's got it. He keeps them for special occasions.
The Hammer Brothers again? What's with villains and throwing hardware at us?
That's right! So you good guy geeks might as well just quit now!
They're cowards who hide behind their weapons.
Nice move, Link.
That's how we do it in the Mushroom Kingdom. Look, there's a Toad's house.
Let me guess, you need a superstar!
You know me so well, little buddy.
You don't just ask for a superstar, Mario. You gotta earn it. Why does everything have to be a side quest? All right. Tell you what. If you guys can beat my obstacle course in under a minute, you get the superstar.
That is not what I expect from your living room.
The gang rushes through the course as the timer starts counting down. It's absolute chaos. Mega Man slides under a thwomp just as it crashes down. Simon Belmont swings across a fire pit using his whip, but screams the entire way. Mario and Link jump across rotating platforms, narrowly avoiding fireballs. Mike Westfall tries using the Power Glove, but complains about input lag the whole time.
Why didn't I get a power pad instead?
We all have regrets, Mike. Kuros, there's just 2 seconds left. Hit the final switch.
With just 2 seconds left, Kuros shoulder checks the final switch, stopping the timer. The room shifts back to normal.
Success!
All right. You guys earned it. Just don't waste it on something dumb, okay?
Toad, buddy, you wounded me.
We literally just had to fight an army and complete a death course. I think we earned some trust.
Fair point.
All right, we've got the ultimate power-up.
Great. Can we get a warp pipe shortcut back this time?
Totally Red. Presenting the award for Raddest Non-Christmas Podcast Host. From Earth's Marine Corps Contra Unit, it's Bill Reiser and Lance Bean.
Ho ho, hold on to your bandanas, folks. I'm Bill Reiser.
And I'm Lance Bean. We usually save the world from alien invasions, but tonight we're handing out some serious hardware.
That's right, it's time to honor the raddest non-Christmas podcast hosts of the year. Because even when it's not December, des heroes keep the radical spirit alive.
The nominees for raddest non-Christmas podcast host are...
From The Leprechaun's Christmas Gold, Sean Roberry.
Yeah, he did a ton of the voices on Thundercats and Silverhawks.
Right.
He was, he also played like Slive, the Toad
right.
villain. Yeah, and Linkso, and he was Commander Stargazer and Steel Will on Silverhawks. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, super cool. And I think he was also like Jingle Bells in The Year Without a Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely peppered in a lot of the Rankin Bass stuff.
From Vice Versa, Tim Williams and Nicholas Pepin. Double Trouble, just how we like it.
Not quite as problematic as, say, the stuff that happened in Big.
True. Well, Big was...
Yeah. But, yeah, because it was quite chaste for an 80s movie. Like the fact that they never went past kissing.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, the fact that she was like, it was like, wait, did she really lean in to give the 11-year-old or who she thought was the 11-year-old?
Right. There's a big difference there.
Like it.
Yeah. But that's also the other problematic is that we've got an 11-year-old drinking,
drinking martinis, right,
every day. That his dad, who's actually the son, that's making them for him.
From the Babysitter's Special Christmas, Danielle Clark. Babysitting a whole crew, now that's tactical endurance.
There was a lot of choices going on, but I love that because when we decided to do our podcast and we were talking about we would do 90s and 2000s, we did make it so that we had that cutoff where we started at 95 to 2005 because the early 90s was like its own decade essentially. Just look, feel, clothes, language, everything was totally different at that time.
Yeah, it was a strange era. Yeah.
Because you're transitioning out of the 80s. Like, I think one of the best examples is Saved by the Bell.
From Bionic 6, Holidays, Adam Pope, Bionically Rad.
Which is crazy because he is like the funniest guy in this show who has really found like a unique voice to use for Dr. Scarab. And he seems like he should be hosting like a vaudeville show or something. He's just like, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, exactly. But he's not exactly a gangster. He's not exactly like Jimmy Cagney or something, but
yeah, it's almost like Big Boss from Cops, but not quite all that way.
Yeah, not all the way. That's what I'm saying. He's got more of a comedian than a mobster in him, and I find that hilarious.
And from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo, Tim, Nicholas, and Laramie, and apparently some righteous pizza power.
So, yeah, I was gonna say that I love it.
That it's critters. Yeah.
Was that on your page that I saw somebody say? I think Nicholas responded about, next time I watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm going to watch to that point. Then when he goes in the movie theater, watch Critters, and then start the movie back over.
It's like you were watching it with Raphael.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why didn't we think about this before? I'm going to do that every time now.
I think that last one's technically Tim and Nicholas again. Radness knows no limits.
All right, time to find out who's taking home the golden boombox tonight. Bro, again with the heavy artillery? Put the rocket launcher away.
Always be prepared. And the award for raddest non-Christmas podcast host goes to
Tim Williams and Nicholas Pepin. Congrats, dudes. You kept the radical vibe alive all year long.
And remember, stay frosty, stay festive, and stay rad.
This is Nicholas's first win and Tim's second win tonight.
Wow. This is truly an honor. When we started this podcast, we sought to... hold on. Why do my hands look like they should be holding a leather-bound book?
Because those are in my hands, Nicholas. Stay on script.
Oh, right. Podcasting is a sacred art. One that... Oh my gosh, this is the nerdiest speech I've ever read.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a bit of a situation here. Earlier tonight, after touching the award backstage, we switched bodies in some kind of weird vice versa.
Oh yeah, so anyone who knows how to undo a mystical body swap, meet us at the snack table after the show.
Dude, I have an investigative journalism interview tomorrow morning, and if I show up acting like this guy, I'll be blacklisted forever.
And I have a live comedy show to do tomorrow, so I hope you're ready to shotgun 6 energy drinks and insult an entire audience.
Wait, if we don't fix this, my career is over.
And I'm going to finally sound smart on a podcast. I guess at this point we should say thank you for letting us be on an episode and letting us do one that we finally won an award for. So thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Totally Rad Christmas listeners.
Thanks, everybody. We appreciate it.
The room is filled with tension as the heroes gather. The N Team, Mario, Toad, Mike Westfall, the Power Team, Donkey Kong, Luigi, Princess Zelda, and Princess Peach are all assembled. The warp portal to Metroid glows ominously, ready for action.
All right, team, this is it. Mother Brain's fortress is going to be heavily guarded, but we've got something she doesn't. A plan.
I don't know, Kev. Mother Brain's got the Triforce of power. That's like trying to take down Bowser after he's had 3 mega mushrooms and a spicy meatball sub.
Which is why we're bringing the superstar. Once I power up, I'll be invincible.
For like what? 10 seconds?
Yeah, but I'll make those 10 seconds count.
I sure to hope so, because I don't want to be turned into a mushroom risotto a la Mata Brain.
We fought through ghosts, spiders, and Death Mountain for this moment. No turning back now.
Yeah, let's smash that slimy brain.
I got my Mega Buster ready.
And you, Link, have the Silver Arrow. It's the only thing that can truly weaken her.
Just to be clear, we all agree that I'm not the one shooting it, right? Okay, cool. Just making sure.
All right, team. This is for Videoland's freedom. This is for the Totally Rad Christmas Awards.
And for Christmas itself.
Was Christmas actually in danger?
Everything's always about the Christmas with these Christmas Podcast Network guys.
Captain N presses the warp button, and in a flash of light, the entire group disappears, heading straight for Metroid and their final showdown with Mother Brain.
He's the host of a cozy Christmas podcast, Art Kilmer, here to present the award for Raddest All-Star Episode.
All right, folks. After everything that's happened tonight, brainy villains, giant robots, Mario about to go full-on superstar mode, we're somehow still giving out awards. And now, I have the honor of presenting the award for Raddest All-Star Episode. This category is all about those episodes where the podcasting forces of Christmas unite like the Avengers of Nostalgia. Here are the nominees. From Hallmark Dreambook 2024, Christmas Podcasters.
Well, I really like C because it looks like Manny and Drag. No, I'm joking.
Whoa there, buddy. Hold your fantasies.
I like osteoporosis Santa Claus on that one, M.
No, I like M as well.
M is a new series, and
Vintage
it is probably
greetings.
one of my favorite ornaments they've ever made, and I cannot wait to hold it in hand. If you look at my list, I have circled it 10 times. If you can see,
it's nice and vintage.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's definitely in my list. For sure.
I actually really like N. Their furry friend stockings are always really cute. They had one a few years ago, the dog, the cat, the hamster, and the bird. But that one's cute, just the dog and the cat. I like that.
From lesser-known 80s Christmas commercials, Part 1, Vinny Brzezinski and Nicholas Pepin.
It's funny, I've spent a lot of money on Hallmark this year, but I'm
sorry.
I'm too cheap to buy a card from there.
Oh,
Like,
same. Yeah, no.
I will spend $70-$80 on a Han Solo going down in carbonite, but I won't spend an extra $1.50 to get a card to send to my grandmother.
So what their slogan being that when you care enough to send the very best. What if you don't care enough? You just want to send the worst. Where do you go for that?
From The Greatest Adventure, Stories from the Bible, The Nativity, Art Kilmer, super genius, and Tom Crow.
Why Egyptian?
I don't know.
I know they were considered to be technologically advanced, so maybe they're tapping into that a little bit.
I saw Stargate. It was Stargate. That's what it was.
I mean,
that makes
aliens,
now I get it.
Yeah,
the pyramids, and it's all that. Yeah,
it's just Stargate. That's all. Yeah,
it wasn't them that built the pyramids. Everybody knows it was aliens.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's why there are pyramids, and Incans have pyramids, and the Aztecs or whatever. Yeah, that's why.
I knew it. From The Princess Bride, The Saturday Morning Mafia.
Yeah.
One thing I need to backtrack. I hate
Go
to
for it. Yeah, go for it.
back,
Go for it.
Is during the sword fight when you go ask him, he's like, "Why are you wearing a mask?" And he's like, "Because it's comfortable." And he says it's comfortable, and in the future, everybody be wearing.
Everybody's
a mask.
gonna be wearing.
That hit just a little too close to home.
Yep. And I don't find them comfortable at all.
No.
From Carol Aid, Carols from Heaven, Ken Kessler.
Well, my first thought was that it was probably some kind of scam.
Could be, right?
Because there was no. It's hard to imagine, but there's no evidence of it anywhere. But the video that I saw, after every band, the screen would fill with all the information to donate, and it seemed legitimate. I mean, I couldn't call the phone number 40 years later.
Right.
But and one of the things I immediately noticed is there's no website.
And the winner is... Well, we'll find out right after this commercial break. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. The winner is... Christmas Podcasters for Hallmark Dream Book 2024.
Hey, now, you're an all-star. Okay, no, never mind. Thank you, everybody. I mean, yes, we are the all-stars. Oh, man, this is awesome. Hey, and I like how everybody, oh, my God. The style gods are among us. Look at that. Just want to thank everybody in attendance and everybody listening at home. Especially, I want to thank Jerry. This wasn't possible if it wasn't for you, my buddy. So, yeah, man. I guess, Feliz Christmas, Merry Navidad. See you next year.
Once again, our heroes warp into the cold, metallic corridors of Metroid. Alarm klaxons blare as Metroid creatures scurry through the shadows. In the distance, the pulsating dome of Mother Brain looms.
All right, team, we get through these goons, take down Mother Brain, and rescue our friends.
Hope you weren't planning to do that without me.
Mamma mia, the bounty hunter herself is Samus Aran.
And don't forget about me, Proto Man. Somebody's got to take care of that glitch ray.
Time to clean house!
Let's go, big guy!
The battle is intense. Zelda and Peach tag team a group of robotic guards, while Luigi and Quirk hold off a swarm of Riplets. Samus and Proto Man sneak away, heading for the glitch ray.
'Tis a mighty battle, I'll say. We're getting them Narc style.
Good thing I got all the Robot Master's weapons in my weapons copy system loaded.
Just as Mario is about to land a blow on Mother Brain's tank, the superstar power suddenly fades. His glowing energy vanishes, and he skids to a halt.
The star has run out of power.
This is bad!
Link, the silver arrow. We need it now.
Link, watch out behind you.
Link nods, pulls out the silver arrow, and takes aim at Mother Brain. But just before he can fire, King Ippo blindsides him with a massive punch to the back.
Nice try, Elf Boy. You really thought you could beat me? With the Triforce of Power, I am unstoppable.
The heroes look desperate. Enemies surround them. Mother Brain's laser cannons begin charging up for a final attack. Suddenly, the ground rumbles. A deep, metallic ho-ho-ho echoes through the lair.
Did somebody call for a Christmas miracle? Mother Brain, you're on the naughty list.
What is that?
Totally Red. Presenting the Raddest Happiest Moment Award from the Lost Christmas Podcast, it's Jeff Lofton.
All right, folks, we've had drama, action, suspense, and giant mecha Santa battles. But now, it's time for something truly special. The next category is all about those moments that made us smile the biggest, laugh the hardest, or just feel all warm and fuzzy inside. That's right, it's time to celebrate the Raddest Happiest Moment! The nominees are CJ Bellinger and Ashley Dunbar from Dolly, A Down Home Country Christmas, for the sheer joy of celebrating a down-home cozy Christmas with Dolly Parton.
It's got to be the snowman singing his song, man. Come on.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Pretty
nothing
iconic.
that moment right there.
Like I said, hot chocolate all over my heart.
Me, Jeff Lofton from the Smurfs Christmas Special. While the Smurfs literally sing their way out of danger, magic, music, and holiday cheer all in one.
Oh, with this one, man, just reruns at Christmas every year. NBC, and honestly, I feel like it was on several channels locally, but just watching this and the Hanna-Barbera Christmas specials that would just play like all morning on Christmas Eve. They'd play all morning long, and then you get to bedtime, and so it just reminds me of Christmas Eve and like spending time with my siblings and my family, and just good memories, just really good memories.
Adam Pope from Teddy Ruxpin's Christmas, for bringing us the purest, most nostalgic Christmas feels with a talking bear who just wants to spread holiday cheer.
Oh, Teddy. I mean, I'm going to share this picture on social media, but it has to be that birthday where I received it. And I think there are so many videos on YouTube. If you go and watch like from Christmas morning, it'll just be like a 2 or 3 minute clip of a little kid opening up their Teddy Ruxpin on Christmas morning and the excitement there. And what's crazy is I think I only knew it from the commercials. I didn't know that many friends that had a Teddy Ruxpin. And so it was kind of like a personal thing. It was like, I want this. It really exists. It's really here. There's just a smile it'll put on your face. You're just like, I can't believe it.
Mike, Chad, and Tommy from Video Power when they broke down the wild, ridiculous, and totally radical world of early 90s video game TV shows.
But there's one YouTube video that I believe is still online that's just called Video Power Season 2 Stupidity, and it's just a clip show of Johnny Arcade just going crazy.
He is.
And like improvising the way he does, and it's just so awkward, and I love it.
I know normally I sit here and say, oh, it's doing this show, but honestly, the memories of being a kid and like watching this before school, and it's a lot of positive memories, and it's just a nice reminder of being a kid at that time. So I'm going to go with that, but I'm also going to say, doing the show.
Seeing the show, like watching the show as a kid, I'm thankful that I didn't watch the first season at all because it would have
turned you off to the second.
with the stupid host segments and the parody cartoon. But I love the second season, and I love how it was a game show aspect. And watching these old clips now, I missed this.
Lastly, Anthony Caruso and Jeremy Phelps from The Charlie Brown and Snoopy Show, The Play, for laughing through Charlie Brown's disastrous holiday production and celebrating the magic of peanuts at Christmas time.
I'm going to go with a later part of the episode when Charlie Brown, put his fist out and Lucy ran into it. And it's just, I know that's wrong, but he got a little bit of vengeance for all the crap he put up with this story and everything else that ever happens to him.
A little bit of comeuppance.
A little vindication for Charlie Brown at that moment.
I like that.
What we didn't see after the special ended was Lucy got a gang together and they beat the crap out of him.
Totally.
Probably.
Totally, yeah. That definitely happened.
So for this special, my again, I don't have many memories of this specific, so talking to you guys is my favorite memory of it.
Nice.
Oh, absolutely,
But Charlie Brown in general, I mean, I'll go back to what you said at the beginning, Jerry. It's not the holidays without those 4 big specials, 3 big specials plus Easter Beagle, and I have so much nostalgia wrapped up in them, watching them.
And the winner is CJ Bellinger and Ashley Dunbar from Dolly, A Down Home Country Christmas.
This is CJ's 3rd win and Ashley's 2nd win tonight.
Now I'd better use my Game Genie and cheat code my way to that battle. I've got a little surprise that just might help turn the tide. Here's your award, CJ.
What's up, Totally Rad Christmas? It is CJ Belanger here from the Roast Such a Clatter podcast, from the Christmas Sessions podcast, and from Christmas Conversations. I almost didn't remember them all, but the latest is the Roast Such a Clatter podcast. And I want to say thank you for this award for the happiest moment. It always is a happiest moment being on with Big the Jer Bear.
You know what I mean? So I just want to say thank you to all the listeners, taking the time to listen to me. I know sometimes it can be hard. Sometimes you could fall in love. It's really an array of emotions, but I just want to say one thing. I understand I'm the best. I know I'm the best, and this proves it. Thank you.
Wow, I don't even know what to say. Thank you? I'm beyond thrilled to accept, one half of a ratty for the raddest, happiest moment. This one's for you, Dolly. I mean, truly. This special was 100% down home country. It had Dolly written all over it. Between the I Will Always Love You ballads in between episodes and the man playing the spoons as a musical instrument, this was such a pleasure to watch and also to be a part of. I can honestly say that this was one of the not terrible things that Jerry has asked me to watch or asked me to be a part of. And it's not your fault, Jerry. The 80s did have a lot of strange Christmas specials. Anyways, I'm rambling now, so thanks again. I appreciate it, and I hope everyone shouts Jerry out tonight. He really does spend so much time all year long on this and making content that we all love to be a part of. So thanks to Jerry for making this all happen. And congrats to all the other Ratty winners.
That's right. Looks like you made Santa's naughty list, Mother Brain. And guess what? There's no refund. Candy cane crunch.
Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about, baby!
Now that's an entrance.
I didn't know Santa did house calls.
I mean, that's kind of his whole thing.
I always wanted to pilot Voltron. Guess this will have to do. Eat some gift-wrapped grenades.
What? A Santa mecha? You copied my giant Grinch robot idea.
Time for some jolly old smackdown.
He presses a massive button labeled Reindeer Rampage. The Rad Santa Mech's jets ignite and it dashes forward, its candy cane fists spinning like turbines as it clobbers a horde of enemy robots. With the battle turning in their favor, the heroes spring into action.
Come on, Greeny. You still got that silver arrow?
Gotta get him a clean shot at Mother Brain.
Then let's clear a path.
Here's emergency holiday cheer mode. Fruitcake missiles. Everyone watch out!
No. I'm supposed to be unstoppable.
She charges up a massive energy blast aimed directly at Link.
Link, look out!
Just as the attack fires, a massive red-gloved hand catches the blast. It's the Rad Santa Mech. Jerry D strains in the cockpit as the energy pushes against him.
Gotta protect Link. I'll have to take that laser blast head on and...
Uh-oh, now what do we do? Wait, is that Jeff? How did he get here?
Game Genie for the win. I think you guys might want this. It's a blue shell.
He throws the blue shell at Mother Brain, stunning her.
She's stunned. Get her.
Now, Link!
Totally Red. They're two of the best dudes around, presenting the award for raddest half, the battle guess. It's CJ Belanger and Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something, brother. Right now, somewhere out in the cosmos, man, the N team is throwing down with Mother Brain, man. They got the power. They got the heart, brother. And, brother, they got the mech. Ooh, yeah. And you know what, Rad Maniacs? When that silver arrow flies through the air, when the superstars burn bright, man, when our heroes bring the pain, Mother Brain is gonna find herself on the business end of a Christmas beatdown. Dig it? And hopefully they do it before the after party starts here, man. Because I've planned the absolute, the ultimate, the greatest after party in history, brother. That's right. Because the cream always rises to the top, yeah. But while we wait the cosmic smackdown to conclude, it's time to hand out some ratty gold, man. The next award is for the raddest half the battle guess. Recognizing those heroes who join the fray. Drop some knowledge, man, and prove that knowing is, in fact, half the battle, man.
Yes, thank you, CJ. I can't wait for your after party. You've been very good this year, you know. You're on the nice list. But back to the nominees. They are from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Danny Davila.
The other half of the battle is knowing exactly how to rewind and fast forward to the right part on your whatever cassette thing. I don't remember what is it called again?
The talk boy?
Yeah, and knowing exactly what the person on the other end is gonna ask and how to respond, and then fast forward to those words. Oh man, I'm already confused.
From Family Matters, Have Yourself a Merry Winslow Christmas, Matt Urich.
I would say if knowing's half the battle, the other half is making sure you got a good allergist who will send you a Christmas card. Because at least that way you know you're getting one card. At the bare minimum, you're getting one card.
That's good. That's really good.
From John Denver and the Muppets, A Christmas Together, Tim Babb and Mike Westfall.
Why, the pleasure of your company, of course.
Felt.
You say.
Well, also the pleasure of your company, but I wasn't going to be sincere after that. I'm like, I can't out-sincere Mike.
Oh, that's my favorite one so far.
I know, mine too.
And from I'll Be Doomed for Christmas, Jeff Loftin and CM Chuck.
Sure. So I would say the other half is knowing that you can't decapitate Santa with an oversized bear trap.
So have no fear. You can set him
Have
out.
no fear.
That's right.
That's right. Obvious. I think it's his adamantium skeleton probably has something to do with it, right? Being a mutant.
Yeah, definitely. If knowing is half the battle, the other half is that if you can't be Santa, then you might as well be the new monarch of Christmas, Santa Doom.
That's right.
And the winner is from John Denver and the Muppets, A Christmas Together, Tim Babb and Mike Westfall.
This is Mike's 5th win and Tim's 4th win tonight.
Okay, can we send somebody to the bathroom to check on Mike? Maybe bring some Imodium and some electrolytes? I'm getting pretty worried about my boy here. Well, until he gets here, I have to say, of all the awards I've won tonight, I felt this one the most. Nailed it! Double dipped on the felt joke, baby! Somebody find Mike, he would find this hilarious!
I think I'll help CJ out and make sure Kid Video and Guns N' Roses are rehearsed and ready to go. And what about snacks? Let's see. Got the turtle pies, pizzerias, Giggles cookies, Ecto coolers.
Mother Brain, stunned from the devastating explosion of the blue shell, writhes in her containment chamber. Her mechanical tendrils spark and flail wildly as her eyes flicker in and out of focus.
What is
On a high platform, Link regains his footing. He glares at Mother Brain, drawing his bow. The silver arrow, glowing with mystical energy, is notched and ready. All around, the battle pauses as both allies and enemies turn their attention to him. The room seems to hold its breath. Link takes aim. Then, he releases. The silver arrow slices through the air, spinning toward Mother Brain in slow motion.
No!
The silver arrow strikes true, embedding itself in Mother Brain's core. Her entire chamber erupts in a brilliant explosion of light. Energy pulses outward in shockwaves, causing sparks and flames to shoot from every console in the fortress. Mother Brain's mechanical body convulses, her tendrils snapping like broken cables. The room shakes violently as the power of the Triforce of Power is forcibly ripped from her. Then, with a final piercing shriek, Mother Brain's chamber collapses inward. A bright red glow hovers above the wreckage, the Triforce of Power, now freed from her grasp. The heroes stare as the glowing Triforce piece slowly descends. Link steps forward, reaching out. As his fingers brush against it, the golden energy surges into him. His eyes flash as power momentarily radiates through his body, then settles. He holds up the Triforce of Power, and the room is bathed in a golden glow.
All right, guys, we need to move. This place is coming down.
There's the warp zone. Let's go.
The team sprints toward the warp zone as enemies scatter in chaos. Samus provides cover fire, taking out straggling space pirates. Kuros and Toad carry a dazed Mario, who's still recovering from Mother Brain's earlier attack.
Hurry!
Link nods, securing the Triforce of Power at his side. He takes one last look at the wreckage of Mother Brain's chamber, then runs. One by one, the heroes dive into the warp zone, just as the fortress begins to collapse around them.
Totally red.
The heroes have just returned through the warp zone. The atmosphere is triumphant, but still buzzing with adrenaline from the battle at Metroid. Amid scattered debris and flickering lights, the crowd cheers as the team gathers on stage.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Palace of Power. We did it. Mother Brain's down, the Triforce is safe, and the heroes are back where they belong. CJ, thanks for running everything backstage while we were gone, but hey, you know what time it is? Time to celebrate another piece of our Totally Rad journey. Get ready for the next award, Raddest Host of Advent Calendar House. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who could possibly bring the holiday cheer to a house full of Advent calendars like a boss? Well, let me tell you, the nominees in this category are so unbelievably awesome, they all go by one name. Our nominees are, from Finders Keepers, Mike Westfall.
Here's the thing. I want to point out something about how the points in this game work. Well, shout out to my friend Greg for pointing this out to me. He runs a YouTube channel called The Pop Arena. He does a series on there called Knickknacks where he's going through every show that's ever aired on Nickelodeon. So when he did Finders Keepers, he noted that the total number of points that can be scored between both teams is up to 1,000. So if you pass 500, you win.
From Sesame Street Newsflash, Santa Claus, Mike Westfall.
Oh my goodness,
We'd
Joey.
love to hear from you.
That girl grew up to be Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, her name's somewhere. That's probably on Muppet Wiki. Listen.
That probably is. Yeah, that probably is.
Muppet Wiki. They're truly amazing crew out there. I know most of fandom.com is a heap of garbage now, but Muppet Wiki is the best wiki I've ever been on. Last year, they completed their entire Sesame Street guide of like 54, 55 seasons. It's insane.
That's
amazing. The entry for this Newsflash segment looks like it was just added last year in 2023. So all the background we just spilled out here about this one sketch, the date, the clean sweep title, was all compiled very recently.
From Video Power, Mike Westfall.
Kuros is voiced by Michael Donovan, the voice of Eggplant Wizard on the better video game cartoon. Tyrone is voiced by Lee Jeffrey. He was Stalker on the DGI Joe.
Okay.
Replacing Arthur Burghardt.
From Disney's Very Merry Christmas Songs, Mike Westfall.
It airs every Christmas Eve at 3 o'clock in Sweden, and over half the country sits down and watches this. But over there, like, they give Donald Duck top billing in the title. It's like Donald Duck wishes you Merry Christmas in Swedish. Yeah, it's bizarre, but he's like, he's their guy, and this is their Christmas Eve tradition.
Meanwhile, Daffy's like so jealous over here because he can't.
Yeah, well.
And from John Denver and the Muppets, A Christmas Together, Mike Westfall.
My favorite is this the part where Miss Piggy's like, I've never seen you without your glasses.
Yes, I was about to say that.
And then it's just dead air for like 5 seconds as she just stares at him after he takes his glasses off. John breaks. He can't take it like that. That was 5 seconds too long. And she's just like, put them back on, John. It was just, that is my favorite part of this whole special. Really, guys, I mean, I'm honored, but did I accidentally become the only candidate?
Well, Mike, when it comes to hosting an advent calendar house, you're the only one who's nailed it. Who else could make opening a tiny door every day look like a blockbuster event?
I guess I'm just too rad for any competition. But hey, can we at least agree that the real winners here are all those tiny doors?
All right, folks, without further ado, the award for raddest host of Advent Calendar House goes to Mike Westfall for John Denver and the Muppets, A Christmas Together.
This is Mike's 6th win tonight. This is Anthony's 3rd win
So
tonight.
are you just trying to get rid of these award trophies or something? Because Mother Brain could have just kept some if you were just looking to free up some storage space.
All right, everyone, listen up. I've got something extra special coming your way. You know, back during our wild 80s Halloween wrestling episode, someone made a comment that just lit a fire under me. They said the most edited guest is the one who just makes everything better. And well, that inspired a brand new category, Raddest Most Edited Guest. Now, this isn't just any guest. We're talking about a dude who not only graces our stage with his rad presence, but also planned the most epic after party ever. That's right. If you want a party that'll go down in history, you know who's behind it. So without further ado, the nominee for Raddest Most Edited Guest from our very own 80s Halloween Wrestling 1989, it's a little redundant, is the one, the only, CJ Belanger.
This is CJ's 4th win tonight.
CJ, you've been editing the world with your awesomeness and planning after parties that are off the charts. You deserve every accolade coming your way tonight. Let's hear it for CJ Belanger, our raddest, most edited guest.
What's up, everybody? It's CJ Belanger from the Roast Such a Gladder podcast. I know you've been hearing my voice a lot. It's because I do win a lot of awards, and this one I think I'm most proud of because I've carried people before in podcasts such as those dimwits, nimwits, idiots, and losers from the 80s ensemble for wrestling. I joke. I really like them. I would love to say some swear words right now, but I won't, even though this is for most censored guest. But, you know, I just want to thank Jerry for always having me on. I want to also apologize to Jerry for all the times that he has to edit all my swear words and all my random thoughts. And yeah, that's pretty much all I need to say. So in case I forgot to tell everybody, thank you for the award and go f yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the Academy of 80s and Christmas, Princess Lana.
Thank you, Jerry. You know, the Academy of 80s and Christmas came to me and asked to use the Palace of Power as a venue to host the 5th annual Raddies, and I couldn't refuse. It was my absolute pleasure to have such a prestigious event here. I'm glad all the most tubular guest hosts were invited, and I hope everyone leaves here with some awesome wall chicken and energy tanks. And while things didn't go as smoothly as possible, looking at you giant robot Grinch, we did end up having a good time to the max. So, with all my heart, I can proudly say that this year's Totally Rad Christmas Awards have been super dope. Thank you. And don't forget to party like it's 1999 at CJ's after party.
Wow, what a night, huh? I mean, between Giant Santa Max, Battle on Metroid, and enough Quest appearances to fill a holiday calendar, I'm pretty sure my schedule's been maxed out.
Tell me about it, Jerry. I haven't seen this much chaos since that last crazy wrestling promo. I mean, who would have thought Mother Brain, giant Grinch robots, and holiday hijinks could all happen in one night?
Exactly, and you know what? With all these insane guest appearances, some of you are practically regulars here at the Palace of Power. Which brings me to our final award, the Jerry D Award for Most Guest Appearances. Now, this category isn't just about how many times you've shown up. It's about dedication, charisma, and just plain staying power in a night that's crazier than a fruitcake on roller skates.
Absolutely! Jerry, we've seen some serious commitment out there. I mean, take a look at our nominees.
First up, the legend himself, Anthony Caruso, with the whopping 37 appearances. The man's been everywhere tonight like a holiday parade on steroids.
Then we have Jeremy Phelps holding it down with 11 appearances. Not as many as some, but every single one of them was pure gold.
Next, we've got Tom Crow with 17 appearances. Always stylish, always ready with the zinger.
And finally, the incomparable CJ with 15 appearances. This guy not only shows up, he makes sure the party goes off without a hitch, planning the after party like it's the event of the century.
So without further ado, after a night of battles, banter, and bonkers holiday surprises, the Jerry D Award for most guest appearances goes to Anthony Caruso.
Congratulations, Anthony! 37 times on one show? That's enough appearances to keep you on our guest list for the next decade.
Proof that sometimes being a guest can make you the star of the show.
Now, congratulations, Anthony. We were going to give you an honorary award for Raddest New Yorker, but you're a Floridian now, so the Academy had to rule that out.
Well, that's the show. Thanks to everyone, all our listeners, my wonderful co-hosts, Princess Lana of Videoland for letting us crash here, to the N-Team, the Power Team, the Mario Brothers, and, well, just about everyone. And thanks to all my guests, the Christmas Podcast Network, and the Illumipati. So check us out on our social media pages, which you can find at linktree.com/totallyradchristmas. And if you're feeling like you just want a ratty, leave us a review on iTunes. Not only does it help us reach more people, but you also spread some rad holiday cheer. Now don't forget to check out our merch shop on tpublic.com and our super dope website, totallyradchristmas.com, courtesy of the multiple award-winning Tis the Podcast Elf, Tom Crow. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a safe night. Later, dudes.
Kevin, I thought I told you to clean up your room. Whoa!
Captain N, the Game Master.